That son of a demon.
And then mine just finished. No, start back up where your spirit left off at.
94:16.
Start up. See.
Still almost sound. You hear it on yours? Alright, I hear it now. Well.
Yeah.
Coming a little late.
Yeah.
Psalms 94 verse 16.
Alright.
Shaw.
Oh, spot. Yeah. Go ahead.
Continuations from the first screen. We got sound went out, so we continue on. Go ahead. Psalms 94 verse 16.
Psalms chapter 94, verse 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? And who will stand up for me against the...
Who will rise up for me against the evildoers, and who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? Sound like a help wanted sign to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. He needs help. He needs servants to come out in the highways and the byways and to rise up against the workers of iniquity and stand up against the evildoers. But you have to have certain qualifications to meet the job requirements. And one of those qualifications is you have to be another qualification, you have to be a male from one of these 12 tribes. Yeah. Anybody, any random person from another nation to do the Lord's work, you have to be an Israelite to doing this work. Yeah. Like any job that you're doing, is benefits. You know, Sleazy he got benefits to working on his corporations. You get a medical card. You get vacations. You get apparel, some work boots, safety glasses, hats. You get certain. Esau Edom gives you certain. But the Lord gives us benefits for working for doing His work. And if you weigh the benefits, you will see that doing the Lord's work is 1,000 times better than doing Sleazy E's work. Yep. Sleazy E, if you want a new body here, you have to go to the doctor in one of those third world countries, and he'll give you a BBL, he'll give you eye surgery, replace your heart, but it's more than likely that you're going to have side effects. But doing this work, you're going to be changed in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye. For somebody give me 1 Corinthians 15 and 51.
Verse 51. It says, behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed.
And who know this mystery? Because I walked around my entire life until I was 46 years old, not knowing that the Israelites would be promised, the elect of Israel would be promised a new body. This was a mystery. So the prophets out here in the byways, and we showing the world that's been swept under the rug. Go ahead.
Moment in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, the seventh trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible. In a moment, in a twinkling of an eye. Can you just picture that? In a moment, in a twinkling of an eye, you're gonna get a new body. If you want a new body part, or you want to get surgery, you have to lay under the knife for a certain amount of hours. Then you have recovery time, and there's more, and more than likely you'll have side effects, and they don't know if it's going to work or not. Like you'll have side effects. But in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, you're gonna get a new body. All we have to do is endure to the end. Go ahead. And this mortal must put on immortality.
And this mortal must put on immortality. Somebody get the word mortal.
Yeah, like a good point to what you were saying. Like, you try to get a new body in this kingdom, and this shit, blow up on you. That BBLs, you be getting BBLs, and the shit blow up on you.
And it's various news articles where women, succumb to injuries or side effects from getting those
really bad infections that lead to death.
Yeah, mortal. Mortal. Doomed. I like that. Doomed to die. Right? Subject to death. right? Destined to die, deserving of death, right? As we do know, what is it? Wages of sin is death. So with the new bodies, which the new bodies are not just carnal, as they say, terrestrial bodies. They're going to be what? Extraterrestrial. They're going to be beyond normal bodies. These bodies will transcend nature, right? Because what's going to come with it? We're going to get that stony heart removed out of us, and we're going to get that heart of flesh. And with that comes what? Perfection. All right? With no sin, all right, no transgression equals perfection, right? So we could, get into it.
That's like in Jeremiah 31st chapter when the Lord is speaking about
get into that,
placing laws in our inward parts.
Get into that.
Jeremiah 31:31.
Get that, and I'm gonna try to get that fleshly, because that's really important, because that's what we need as Israelites to be healed. We are very sickly, right? The physician came for those that are sick, not those that are whole, right? So we need that healing, okay? That transformation, okay? And that physician is Yahweh Shai. He's coming with that renewal, all right? With healing in his wings. Go ahead.
I got it. Jeremiah 31, verse 31. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah.
Yep. Yeah, that's both houses of Israel, which you see those people, okay, being the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The Southern Kingdom, all right, being Negroes, so-called West Indians, and Haitians, all right, with Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Of course, the Southern Kingdom tribe. Then you have, of course, the Northern Kingdom, which are your Native American, Seminole Indians, and rest of the different Latin tribes going down to Issachar. All right, and these are the Israelites. And of course, too, we have the Israelite foreigners, too. All right, go ahead.
Verse 32. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt.
Yeah. And we, said we were promised to follow the laws, the statutes, commandments, and we abused that and we broke that, But hey, it was set up, for us to be disobedient, for us to go off, so that we can know how to rule in its totality, knowing both the good and the evil. So this was set up way before the foundation of the earth. Way as with Eve, and Eve giving that different philosophy onto Adam, all right? All right? Okay, the first Adam, go ahead.
Which my covenant they break, although I was an husband unto them, saith the Lord.
Yeah, and we are what? A husband, meaning we're joined to our power, all right, via the laws, statute, and commandments, all right? But, we went astray, whoring after these other gods, and learned their different ways, and we completely forgot Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, right? So the Lord been angry, divorced us, now He's bringing us back, all right? And as you see, us standing on our feet, and we're, doing forth different works in repentance, praying for the Lord to, of course, have mercy on us, praying so that we can be, redeemed, like Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
Verse 33, but this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts, and write it in their hearts, and will be their power, and they shall be my people.
Right, yeah, so then there you go. This is where the perfection lies right there, with that new body, all right? We won't be able to go off, so that's where everything is going to be, accessible. Everything completely possible. Our power, us being completely whole with our power again, right? Okay, because Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is going to put that new spirit within us. Ezekiel 36:26. Get that one. All right, and that's what we are waiting for. You got dudes talking about the new covenant already. Wait, this got to be refilled. And that comes with Yahweh Shai. All right, so go ahead.
Ezekiel 36, verse 36.
26.
36, verse 26, Salakia. A new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you.
Yes.
And I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you an heart of flesh.
Yes, yeah. And we're going to have that perfection. All right, because like I say, we've been in these chains of darkness You know, hey, as Paul said, the things that I want to do, get that, what's that, Romans? Get that real quick. The things that I want to do, I don't do not, you know? Like, you know, we want to do good. You sitting there having these fights in the flesh. You want to go after the spirit, but your flesh is still eating at you. You know, those are the different things as us as Yasha'Allah, you know, of the hopeful elect. We got to battle. We got to battle these different demons, you know, within us. You know, the flesh, you know, which is what? As it said, destined to die. Doomed. Okay? Go ahead.
Romans 7 verse 15. For that which I do
hate and abhor is sin, you know? You know, we are ones coming to the stock of Ayawab or Job, but we eschew evil, all right? You know? And we have the faith, you know, within us, okay? And it's the Wadi Abba Shemashai giving us that gift, that we had that belief.
Sent unto the law that is good.
Yeah.
Verse 17. Now then it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me.
Yeah, so it's sin that's within us. Barakatah. It's the sin, man, you know, and we subject, you know, to go off, you know, because we in these bodies. But with this renewal, we won't be subject under that, all right? Because we're going to have a new spirit, a whole refreshed spirit, new, totally refreshed, totally new, all right?
Can I say something?
Stop. Need better?
You know what the naysayers that say, well, that's the Old Testament, and the Old Testament is done away with pertaining to the laws and the statutes and commandments placed in the inward parts, but it reiterates it in Hebrews the 8th chapter. It speaks about the same thing. So I'm going to grab that real quick. Baba Kashab.
This shit look like it's breaking apart.
It said this is a reiteration from the Old Testament to the New Testament, which meaning the laws, words, is throughout the volume of the book. It says Romans 8 verse 8, for finding fault with them, he said, for finding fault with them, because the creature was made subject to vanity. It wasn't the laws, statutes, commandments that was flawed. It was us. It says, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. With who? The house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Not Moab, not Ammon, not Esau. The house of Israel and the house of Judah. Now we know Judah symbolizes, you know, the southern kingdom. And Israel symbolizes, make with the house of Israel after those days, said the Lord. I will put my laws in their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a power, and they shall be to me a people. You see? So the covenants is only belong to the children of Israel, not to the whole world. Because the whole world didn't partake in none of these curses. So how can you partake in the benefits? You know, while we were at the bottom of the foot in all these nations, the rest of the nations was living comfortably, and basically like Lazarus and the rich man, basically putting stores in our communities. You know, robbing Jacob of his money from his ignorance. Go ahead.
Where are you reading from?
Hebrews 8.
That's where you just left off at?
Yeah, Khan.
Read the last part again.
Khan. Hebrews 8 verse 10. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws in their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a power, and they shall be to me a people.
Right. Now, why is that being said? Because there was a period of time where the Lord rejected Israel. He wasn't extending the laws. So what had to happen? A more righteous vessel, more honorable vessel had to come down and free us from the curse of the law, which was Yahushua. So Yahushua liberated us from that curse. Okay? Then we were made subject unto the Lord through faith. And through faith, we were able to keep these laws, these statutes, commandments again, because the Lord wasn't accepting our sacrifices anymore. Right? The Lord basically turned his back on the nation. Now, does that mean just because he turned his back on the nation of Israel, he then accepted the other nations in place of them? No, absolutely not. And that's why you got to read books like Hosea, the 1st chapter, which I'm going to have the brother read. Hosea, and you can start from the first verse, Hosea 1:1, and just read down, okay? Because again, the main part of the nation of Israel, or for the most part, the Israelites, okay, out of them is going to come an elected of Most High that's going to come back to their heritage again. It's going to come back to their nationality. All right? And the Israelites as a whole will, in the kingdom, receive what the brothers are going into as part of that renewed covenant in its fullness, where we'll never go off ever again. We'll be perfect, and we'll be perfectly honoring and worshiping and glorifying our power, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, all right, as intended. But in these days, only the elect, only a remnant is going to return unto Yahweh Shem Yahushai, all right? And the rest are going to have to partake of that destruction that is written about in the scriptures, all right? So that healing, for now, is only for the elect. The healing is the understanding of prophecy. The healing is the understanding of who you are in the Lord as being an Israelite and what it means to be an Israelite. Remember, the Lord said that our people are destroyed for what? Lack of knowledge. And through that lack of knowledge, they continue to remain in a dead state. Our people are in a dead state. So read Hosea 1. And you can kind of read through it fast.
Hosea 1 verse 1.
Go ahead.
The word of the Lord came unto Hosea the son of Beri in the days of Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, and Hezekiah, kings of Judah, and in the days of Jeroboam the son of Joash, king of Israel. The beginning of the word of the Lord by Hosea, and the Lord said to Hosea, Go take unto thee a wife of whoredoms and the children of whoredoms, for the land have committed great whoredom, departing from the Lord.
Right. So, and essentially what the Lord is doing is he's taking a
the beach on a flower.
He's commanding Hosea and using a physical representation of a real harlot to represent something spiritual that represents the state of the nation.
You good? You want by
okay? That's that same beat from
last
week, the week
come
before.
around.
Yeah, he was chilling on my back a second ago. So this is a physical representation of to spiritually represent the whoredoms of Israel. Okay, which the whoredoms of Israel is the spiritual fornication, going after other gods, believing other philosophies. The brother touched on the beginning, right, of the sons of God, the Adamites who went off. Okay, first with Eve and then Adam, right? Eve was deceived first and then Adam was deceived, right? They partook of the philosophies of the other nations, which is what our people are doing right now. All right, people are known for being that rebellious house, constantly rebelling against the power. The Lord be beckoning onto them to return, to get themselves ready, to get themselves right. Okay? The Lord always made the call through the mouth of the prophets. But Israel didn't heed the warning, and therefore they were destroyed.
He went and took Gomer, the daughter of Diblaim, which was conceived, and bare him a son. And the Lord said unto him, Call his name Jezreel, for yet a little while, and I will avenge the blood of Jezreel upon the house of Jehu, and will cause to cease the kingdom of the house of Israel. And it shall come to pass at that day that I will break the bow of Israel in the valley of Jezreel. And she conceived again and bare a daughter, and the heavenly Father said unto him, Call her name Leruhamah, for I will no more have mercy upon the house of Israel, but I will utterly take them away.
Yeah.
It said verse.
Yep. So we have the first. Go read that last part of that last verse.
Is verse 6. She conceived again and bare a daughter, and the heavenly Father said unto him, Call her name Leruhamah.
Leruhamah, or in the Hebrew, La'ah Racham. You'd be given the warning, but essentially the will of the Lord, all right, is going to stand. Which is what? That only a remnant, an elect, is going to be delivered, and the rest of the nation is going to have to be destroyed. Go on.
For I will no more have mercy upon the house of Israel, but I will utterly take them away. Verse 7, but I will have mercy upon the house of Judah, and will save them by the Lord their power, and will not save them by bow, nor by sword, nor by battle, nor by horses, nor by horsemen. Now when she had weaned Leruhamah, she conceived and bare a son. Then the Heavenly Father called his name Lo-Ami, for ye are not my people, and I will not be your power. It says,
right, and that, so now we have La'ah, I'm Yah, meaning no people, or not my people. So the Lord is reiterating the fact that he separated himself from the nation. All right? Go ahead. All right.
Verse 10, yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered, but it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power.
Right. And guess what? The place where we were told that we were not the people of the Lord is primarily here in America. Right? We were given bywords as a result of the curses. Right? When you go to Deuteronomy 28 and 15, go to that real quick. And then get me Deuteronomy 28, and I'll be the first here in a minute.
Deuteronomy 28 verse 15. This says, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments,
which we didn't do. We didn't observe to do all which the Lord commanded us to do. Go on.
It says, in his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Right, so let's get into one of the curses. Get Deuteronomy 28:37.
Right here.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all the nations, whither the Most High shall lead thee.
Right, and guess what? The elites of these nations know who we are. Yeah. It is written that these kings set themselves against the hidden ones of the Lord, right? That Psalms, the 2nd chapter, and it's also Psalms 83. They consulted against thy hidden ones. So we getting it from all sides, man. The punishment of the Lord, right? That rod of correction, you know, as a result for not honoring our commitment, because we made an agreement with the Lord. But remember, this is why the Lord had to make a new covenant. According to the will of the Lord, according to his great tender mercies, he disannulled the first, okay, for a more perfect covenant. All right? And that's only given to the Israelites. Perfection was only meant for the Israelites because we were the ones in whom the Lord made the promises to. And we're going to govern according to that perfection. Continue. Yeah, Deuteronomy 28:37, which I got it here in the NLT. I'd like to read it real quick. This is Deuteronomy 28:37. It says, "You will be an object of horror, ridicule, and mockery among all the nations to which the Lord sends you."
You want some headphones?
So that's what the state and condition of the nation of Israel is. You know? And that's the reality, man. You don't want to be around your people because they're treacherous, they're deceptive, they're mischievous, they're evil, they're wicked. Right? It's written that of good they have no knowledge, but to be evil they have all the knowledge, so to speak. Right? They're inclined to do evil.
It does it, I guess, if it's not.
And here it is, you're the special people of the Lord, but you've been reduced to that of a heathen. So the Lord separated himself from them, all right? From us as a whole, okay? Save the elect, okay? Go on.
Verse 38.
That was it. Go back to Hosea. And then once you finish that in Hosea, we can go back to Jeremiah.
It says, I think we're finished.
Nope.
Read 11. It said, Hosea 1 verse 11. Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together and appoint themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of Jezreel.
One head, meaning we're going to come under the power of Yakalba Page. ultimately, okay, beginning with the government body, the house of David, or the tabernacle of David, is going to be built back up, which is being established and built up as we speak, right? This is why you see the brothers all around the world standing upon their feet, claiming Yakalba Page. They're not claiming Caesar Borgia. They're not claiming Jesus Christ. All right, which goes back really to Serapis Christus. They're not claiming any other philosophy or religion or belief system that they once may have been a part of. But it's a very beautiful thing. And that's really the mercy of the Lord, the breath coming back into the Israelites again, the sinews, okay, and the flesh come back to the bone when you go into Ezekiel, 37? Because remember, Israel again is in a dead state, and a lot of our people are still continuing into it in a dead state. All right, save the elect. But as a whole, again, the whole nation is going to be delivered. The whole nation is going to be saved. Not on this side, but in the kingdom, yes, they're going to be perfect, right? They're going to rightfully claim Yasha Allah, because right now, most of our people, they're not Israelites. They're fucking heathen, all right? They're worse than heathen. Go on. Hosea 1:11. Read down.
Let's start at 2 now. Jump into chapter 2.
Okay, Khan. Go back to 10.
Khan. Hosea 1 verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it is said unto them, Ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, Ye are the sons of the living power.
Living power. So I wanted to reiterate that point. Salakia. So now it is being said that we are the children of the Most High. Why? Because pursuant to Malachi 4, right? Give me that real quick. Malachi 4. Brother, you should know what I want. The hearts of the fathers.
Yeah, for the children.
Right? The hearts of the sons being returned back to the fathers. Exactly, man. I'm gonna lay this here. Whose apocrypha is this? All right. Lay that here for a second.
What you say? Oh, okay.
Whoever gets it, read it.
Malachi chapter 4 verse 1. For behold,
Right, because you got to understand, this is our history we're talking about, man. We're talking about what the Lord put into action, all right?
That's the right.
Going back
That's the left.
in the 1970s, all right, which is all the fulfillment of prophecy. This was foretold to happen. This is very important. You cannot gloss over this history. I don't care how many times you heard it, and if you think you know it, you got to have this in your mind. You got to have this in your spirit to understand the mercy of the Lord that was bestowed upon the nation. Go on.
I'm going to start at verse 5. Malachi chapter 4 verse 5. Behold, I send you
Speak for a minute, brother. Speak.
Khan.
Malachi chapter 4 verse 5.
What a man.
Prophet before coming
here.
of the great
Where you
and
at?
dreadful day of the Most High.
Open this up.
And he shall
Open it
turn the heart of the fathers to the children.
Yeah, we believe that Abba Bivens was Elijah. He started the ministry
It connects
to turn the hearts of the fathers into the children
it.
here in 1969. And now, how many years it's been? Since,
From 1970?
yeah, all the way till
Yeah, you got
it's like 60 something years.
It might connect now.
53 years or something
I
like
don't
that. Now we have men that have been on the earth for 40 or 50 years that didn't hear this, never knew this truth, that's standing on their feet because the Lord sent Elijah the prophet all over again to turn the hearts of the fathers into the sons.
it's about, I think, like 53 years.
Good. This is
Roughly,
that.
about 53 years.
This is the other.
Gone. Yeah, so that's important to know. That's important to know. Because this had to, look, everybody's saying, oh, well, all nations can be saved. Everybody can come under this, under the Lord. All you gotta do is believe, and then you'll be saved.
Yeah, as long as
But
you keep that.
that's not what's written in the scriptures. You gotta go into the prophecy and actually line up what was spoken about and then how it applies.
Yeah.
People are just blanketedly making generalizations, all right, and taking things to them that don't really belong to them. So when did this take place? Why are you not speaking about the sons of the hearts of the sons being returned back to the hearts of the fathers? When did that take place? What was the fulfillment of that? All right. like the brother said, we believe the fulfillment of that was when Abba Bivens came on the scene, and he was going into our history and equating it to us, all right, or us being the Israelites, okay? Beginning with, and then you had Abba Bivens, you had High Priest Yeshua, High Priest Ariah, King Masha.
Says
Out of that, eventually, the elder apostles, they always talk about the seven, they talk about leadership, okay, and out of that came the elders of apostles, more accurately, Salakia, the elder apostles of Great Millstone came out of that leadership, where prophecy continued to be expounded upon. Go ahead.
Revelation 19, verse 10.
And you ain't going to hear about this in the so-called church, man, about prophecy,
Yeah.
right?
Revelation 19, verse 10. Feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh
Right?
Shah.
The angels are our brothers,
Yeah.
right? We angels too, okay? Which means messenger, right? They're a messenger for the Most High, and they do His bidding, right? You have the angels on the right and the angels on the left, but we also are messengers. We're the ones delivering unto you this holy word, this gospel, this ministry. Go on.
Come. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shah.
Right, the testimony, the record.
Yeah.
When you go into the word testimony, it's basically to witness, okay? And we witness these things from a spiritual perspective. Even though we were there back then in different periods of history, receiving the word, right? We were among the disciples, we were among Yahweh Shah ourselves. We received this testimony. This is why the scriptures talk about stirring up our pure minds by way of remembrance. Because there was a time when we knew particular things about the scriptures. Now we're in the latter end, we know all things. All things have been revealed unto us through the mercy and grace of Yahweh Shai. This is why we're going into the history. If it hadn't not been for the Spirit of the Lord raising up Abba Bivens, which was the fulfillment of Elijah the prophet coming back, which was also John the Baptist and other notable individuals, okay, noble men of the scriptures. But bringing it up to modern day, we believe that to be Abba Bivens because prophecy had to have been fulfilled by somebody. Where the distinctions were being made on who the Israelites are, who the other nations are, what the kingdom is, how this place was going to be destroyed, and everything in between. Go on.
Worship the Heavenly Father.
Worship the Heavenly Father. That's our sentiment. All right? We're just regular men who happen to be endowed with a beautiful gift according to the mercy of the Lord. That's all we are. But we're just the messengers. That's all we are. Worship the Most High. Who's the Most High? Christian church can't tell you that. If you ask a bystander what the Most High's name is, what's God's name, sir? Do you know what God's name is? He probably don't even give a shit. Right?
His God in that bag right there, those bottles.
Nobody gives a shit. Everybody only cares to feed their own belly, not knowing the destruction that's about to come, which he may have been a heathen or not. We don't know. All right, until we start engaging and testing and trying the spirit. Can't go off the appearance alone. The appearance can be a distinguishing characteristic of a potential nation, but it's not the only thing by where we measure that judgment by. Go on.
For the testimony of Yahweh Shai.
The testimony of Yahweh Shai. Now, get me John 1:1 and read that. The testimony of Yahweh Shai. What is the testimony of Yahweh Shai? All right? Is it not the word? Is it not the Holy Scriptures? This is a living book. These aren't just words on a page. This is the thoughts, the intents, the actions, the judgments, and the will of the Heavenly Father at play, in work, right now as we speak. And they've only been given a certain number of men who can understand this to break it down and deliver it onto you. Beginning with our apostles and elders, okay? And the men that came before them, that things were revealed unto them. For them to be able to understand, for them to be able to build, to be rooted, grounded, all right? Go ahead. and unlock these mysteries, as it is written that the Lord revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. Go on, brother.
John chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning was the Word.
In the beginning was the Word. Who's that talking about? That's right. He's going to tell you. Go ahead.
And the Word was with Yahushua.
Nope. Nope. Don't.
Yep.
Read it verbatim. We'll break it down as we go.
First John chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with the Most High, was with God.
Yeah, read it verbatim, brother.
Okay.
Read it verbatim. We'll break it down as we go along. Go
John
ahead.
chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning was the Word.
In the beginning was the Word, which is Yahushua. Go on.
And the Word was with God.
And the Word was with God. When you go into the Hebrew, when you go back into the book of Genesis, all right, or Barashya, okay, in the headings, in the beginnings, we know that it wasn't just one, okay, power creating everything according to the blueprint of the Heavenly Father. As a matter of fact, the Heavenly Father doesn't come about, all right, until about a chapter or so later, all right, the Most High is mentioned. Because why? Because it was really Yahushua and the other angels that were creating everything according to the blueprint, all right, and the architectural plans of the Heavenly Father. So when it says the Word, all right, was with God, it really should read, and actually it tells you that when you go into the Greek, okay?
In the Word.
Read it again.
Starting from the top, John chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God.
And the Word was with God, all right? Which Theos would be the singular of God, and Theon would be the plural of gods or messengers or angels. So it says the Word was with the powers. In the Hebrew, you would say Elohim. In the Greek, you would say Theon. Okay? Read.
And the Word was God.
And the Word was a power. The Word was a power. Go on.
The same,
Go ahead.
was in the beginning with God.
With the powers.
Verse 3. All things were made by Him.
All things were made by Him. Yahushua. And the other Elohims. Okay, or angels. I didn't mean to put an S on Elohim. It's lucky. Go ahead. A little excited. Go ahead.
And without Him was not anything made that was made.
And without Him, there was nothing made that was made. Okay, because all power, all dominion of heaven and earth was given unto whom? Yahushua. That was it. Now go back to Revelation. So the testimony is the Word. Yahushua is the Word. What did the Lord leave us in place of His physical absence? Not absence in spirit, but physical absence. The Comforter. As a matter of fact, real quick, get me John 6:63, and then go back to Revelation 19. Because we'll talk about the testimony. And as a matter of fact, when we go back to that, can we read that word for testimony?
John 6, verse 63. It says, it is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life.
They are spirit and they are life. So we are breathing on to the Israelites, okay, in whom it was meant for, the breath of life ultimately. Okay? We're inspiring you. Now the word inspire means to what? To breathe, right? So you are ultimately receiving the breath. Okay? The inspiration, the understanding of the scriptures. And that's what leads to what? To life. Because it unlocks the understanding of how to please the Heavenly Father, how to build a relationship with Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And we know, pursuing the Proverbs, the 3rd chapter, that keeping the commandments and the faith addeth days unto you. Right? By the scriptures, we know how to conduct ourselves in these latter times. We know how to order ourselves aright. Go on. Go back to what we were at.
I got
Do you have something?
Precept.
Okay.
It's first
keep it flowing.
First epistle of John 1. That which was from the beginning, which we have heard, which we have seen with our eyes, which we have looked upon, and our hands have handled, the word of life. You know, we was talking about John, about how the Lord's words are spirit in their life.
That's it.
Right? We're going to go on that. The
God.
word of life. That's another, you could say another title, you know, another key word. All right, it says, for the life was manifested, and we have seen it, and bear witness, which you could go look up that word witness real quick. I'll do it real, well, brother gonna have to do it because he monitoring. Go to the first epistle of John. Go to the second verse, and then you gonna look up the word witness. All right.
Yeah, because think about it.
Yeah.
You know we had the witness within us when we have such conviction.
Bear witness.
Brothers heard about the destruction of America, and it resonated with their spirit. Why? Because we really had that witness or that testimony within us. We ain't seen it yet, but we received it. Right? We received it. Okay? Both in latter times and in the fullness of it, in this time in which it was appointed unto us to receive. Not everybody could receive that. That witness, go ahead, the word witness.
Yeah. Yep.
It says G3140, Morturio.
Yeah, because technically, we really in a
Martyrium.
spiritual court,
Like from Martin.
right?
Yep.
And who's the man on trial? The Edomites, primarily, because it's his kingdom. Now, anybody who's joined themselves onto the Edomites, well, they're on trial too. And each of us is basically going to the witness stand, if you think about it in a physical sense.
Yep.
But spiritually, we're going onto the witness stand, and we're given the evidence of what we see. Right? Are we not vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked? We witnessing and testifying against all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. We analyzing it through the law, through the spirit. This man done did this, right? He's killing nations. He's selling. Well, we got to go into those precepts. Nahum 3 and 4. The mistress of witchcraft who selleth nations through her whoredoms. Right? Those different philosophies, the democracy, the military firepower that they use to, you know, take over different nations, the corruption of life that this man has spread throughout the four corners of the earth. These are all the sins that have reached unto heaven that we are testifying against you. And then the Israelites that join themselves, we're testifying against you too. It's going. Now go ahead and read that word witness.
G3140, Morturio. It says to be a witness, to bear witness, i.e. to affirm that one has seen or heard or experienced something.
Right. So you got to be able to say you seen, you heard of something, right? And when you, of course, experience Yahweh Shai, the word of life, all right, you could be able to tell of that, right?
You said what?
You know? Because, and it's like, really, to be honest, if you go a little bit deeper, it's like we're only telling again what already was told, all right? What was already breathed into us and such. Because if we're ultimately the first fruits, the Elohim would be that Elohim coming just right back in the form of this spirits in these fleshly bodies.
Well, get that. Get you. Well, you can get that one too, but you can also get the book of Jude, the first chapter. Well, Jude 1 and 1. Start there. You got it. Just go ahead and read.
Jude chapter 1 verse 1. Jude, the servant of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach and the brother of James, to them that are sanctified by the Most High the Father.
Right.
Go ahead,
That's
brother.
the only of the elect. Yeah. They sanctified, you know, because obviously, you know, our nation is sanctified with the Lord, but you have the beloved, the house of David. All right.
Right.
Go ahead. And they're set apart. They're holy and they're distinguishable.
That's it.
Okay.
The word sanctified goes back to cleanse. Cleanse meaning made holy. Made holy means to be made separate.
All right. Yep.
Right. They've been called. They've been called out of that outer darkness into the marvelous light. They've been given fear. They've been given faith, and they've been given the means spiritually to clean themselves, to make themselves presentable before the Lord.
Yep.
So we can partake in this. This salvation, hopefully, but doing the work, because it starts there, you know, right? We're into those legal proceedings of the Heavenly Father.
Reading on, and preserved in Lord Yahweh Shai and called.
And preserved in the Lord Yahweh Shai. All right, so your preservation, all right, is in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, the elect. All right, they are preserved by Yahweh Shem Hashai. Because remember, those are what? They the ones that are, they won't be able to be plucked out of the Lord's hand. Right? So they preserved. Remember, the Lord gonna require, get that precept in Ezra, how the Lord gonna require them of the Lord of his number.
Yeah.
All right, get that precept. Yeah.
And called.
And called. Right? Called to go out there to preach unto also those that are what, seeking to learn.
Yeah.
All right. And this is the house of learning right here. Okay. Yep.
Verse 2. Mercy unto you and peace, and love, and be multiplied.
Yeah. Fine. Yep.
Continue.
Verse 3. Beloved, when I gave all diligence to write unto you of the common salvation, it was needed for me to write unto you, and exhort you that ye should earnestly contend for the faith which was once delivered unto the saints.
Right, and that's what we gotta do. We gotta fight for this faith spiritually. All right, you know, you in this this truth. It's a fight every day. You know, like you said, you fighting. Like, damn, man, you might not even want to come to camp. You're like, damn, but I gotta come to camp. It's part of the work. You know, you might be like, damn, the Sabbath about to come up. I want to do something for myself. Oh, hell no, I gotta put on for the Lord. It's law. I gotta put myself in waver and yield for the Lord. Okay, these are things that you gotta do. You gotta contend in this truth.
Yeah, like reality is. That's over. Literally, that's over. Anything you think that you want to do, that takes a back seat. Any of your so-called aspirations and desires and whims, and I'm not just saying that. That applies to me before it applies to anybody else. Right? Because we all are responsible for working out our own salvation with fear and trembling. But the reality is, it's not my choice. It's not my choice. Even the Lord said, okay, that we are the temple of the Lord. You can't go out and defile yourself. Well, the Lord's gonna destroy you, which is what set up for most people. Destruction, judgment. But yeah, man. I just wanted to because we are not our own. We have been bought with a price. We have been bought with a price, man. We are not our own. We are to submit ourselves wholly unto Yahweh. And if you are the Lord's and you're reluctant, the Lord will make you submit. The Lord will humble you, man. The Lord will make you submit. Okay, through severe affliction.
Oh yeah, you got that precept.
Go up.
All right. This is 2nd Ezra 26. As for the soul have given thee.
Right. See again, it says servants, abadium. All right, servants. Okay.
There shall not one of them perish.
So of the servants that the Lord has given thee, it says, not one of them shall perish. Right. Go ahead.
For I will require them from among thy number.
Right, so I will require them from among thy number. Now, brother, look up the word for require. All right. So, hey, the preservation, like I said, it's sealed. It's a promise the Lord had set. All right. Yahweh set it up and gave it to Yahweh Shai. All right. So, hey, the Lord ain't going against his word. So, if you in this truth and you called, hey, Lord willing, you be chosen as well. But if you are chosen, you're preserved. All right. So did brother get the word require?
The Webster.
Yeah, you can look up require, but also I always like to go into the etymon as well. So go ahead. What you got? Etymon? All right, get the etymon, and then you can do that. The B ain't gonna bother y'all. You good? He good. He a good B. All right, go ahead.
Require meaning to ask someone a question, inquire.
Right.
All right. It means to seek. To beg, ask, petition,
demand. So that's where it is. It's demanded. All right. But you have a demand. It's like, hey, this is what I want. Yeah. Which the Lord want his. He want his bride. He want the nation of Israel starting with the elect. Okay. That's a promise. All right. The predestinated. Right. Okay.
Well, like the word tax literally means a demand of payment.
Yeah.
Now, the reason why I'm using that as an example is because the Lord made an investment. If you're standing here, the Lord made an investment in you spiritually, and He wants a return on His investment. Otherwise, He's going to take what He's given you and give it on to somebody. Yes, He's going to give it on to somebody more deserving.
36 and 15.
Okay? So, that's another thing. The Lord invested His spiritual money into us, which is the wealth of this knowledge. These are the real riches. You know? And again, the point is the Lord calling us all back, but it begins with the elect, and then the rest of the nation will ultimately be saved through that new covenant. Right now, we're partially in the new covenant, but we're under grace, right? We're really under grace, but it's not been fully fulfilled. But certain parts of it have been fulfilled, right? Such as what? We're not required to do sacrificial law because Yahweh Shai have been made perfect. On our behalf, that Lamb without blemish, and through Him, we have a covering. Lord's will we be of that number. Okay? Everything's been established through faith. It's all a process, man. If we were really, truly perfect, then the brothers wouldn't have had a need to go into these different scriptures about how there's one terra body or celestial, one terra and one celestial, because this body itself was subject to sin. It was subject to vanity. You can't make perfect what the Lord made imperfect. You know, even the mind, our mind got to be changed. Everything got to be changed, and we are in transition, so to speak. You know, go ahead.
Sirach 36, verse 12. O Lord, have mercy upon the people that is called by thy name, and upon Israel, whom thou hast named thy firstborn.
Yeah. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans, starting with the elect, 144. All right. Go ahead.
Verse 13. O be merciful unto Jerusalem, thy holy city, the place of thy rest.
Yes, the only Jerusalem. Hey, again, so like I say, anybody talking about dealing with having a rest and that the Lord dealing with them, the Lord dealing with a specific people, and that's Jerusalem. He's dealing with the elect. Go ahead. He good. That's a good bee. See, look, he sit right on him. See that? That's a good bee.
I think this is a honeybee too.
Yeah, he a good bee.
Yeah, they're attracted to sweat.
Yeah.
Well, that would be a sweat
He
bee.
attracted to that light right
That
there. So go ahead.
It says, verse 14, fill Zion with thine unspeakable oracles.
Right? The words of the Lord are the oracles. All right? Okay? The whole book. All right? Go ahead.
And thy people with thy glory.
And thy people with thy glory. All right? Go ahead.
Verse 15, give testimony unto those that thou hast possessed from the beginning.
So there you go again. Give testimony to those. So specifically, somebody got the testimony.
Right.
And it's the elect. Like I'm telling you, you're dealing with the elect, the first fruits. Read it again.
Come, verse 15, give testimony.
Right, like I have to say this. You got people in the so-called
And I want somebody, I'm sorry.
Christian church with all these different denominations, and they make the comparison that these different denominations are like spokes on a wheel, but they all lead to... No, there's only one way. There's only one way. There's not many avenues. There's not many different names. There's not many different beliefs, and it all leads you to the same. First of all, just one path doesn't necessarily lead you to the same place. You got fork in the road, and it takes you this way. You got it, right, like that is not how it works, man.
Well, the spokes will be that come as you are.
Yeah.
You'll be whatever you want to be.
You used to hear that comparison a lot. Oh, these different church denominations are no more than spokes on a wheel leading you to the same person. No, it's not true. Because first of all those spokes is leading you to the wrong person, number one. And that's the thing. You have many... Wait a minute. What did the scriptures tell you? Broad is the way and wide is the gate that leadeth unto destruction. But narrow is the way that leadeth. That's it. No, it is only one way. And we giving you the right way. We're telling you the names, okay, of the Most High, which is Yahweh, and the name of the Heavenly Father's Son that sit at the right hand is Yahweh Shai. We're telling you the names. We're telling you the prophecy. we're telling you that this is only for the nation of Israel. That's all correct. That's all accurate information. Go on.
Sirach 36 verse 15. Give testimony unto those that thou hast possessed from the beginning, and raise up prophets that have been in thy name. Reward.
Yeah, raise up prophets that be in thy name. Hey, I mean, it's real plain right there, man. And the Lord raising us up right now, as you can see. You can see the raising of Israel through first the elect, 144 prophets.
Yeah.
All right? Because they going to go and give the truth to the rest of the remnant. All right? And then they going to hearken onto it. All right? Being obedient. Okay? Go ahead.
Verse 16. Reward them that wait for thee.
Right, and reward them, because remember, as we were talking about, there's a payback.
Yeah.
The Lord gonna give you that payback, that payer for the work you do. All right, and it's beyond it, because the Lord, hey, it's like I said, we're not even worthy, you know.
Definitely not.
But Yahweh Shai is merciful. Go ahead.
And let thy prophets be found faithful.
And let thy prophets be found faithful. All right, be found true. All right. And that's what's important. You know, us, if we esteem ourselves or value ourselves as prophet, let us be found a mouth of truth. All right? Armand. Amawan. All right? That's what we want to do, you know? So, us, you know, we want to stay, obviously, in the glory and the light and Yahalba Shemiel Shai. All right? Come. Yep.
I got a precept there.
Yeah.
I'm done with that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you got precept?
Yeah, I got
okay.
one.
All right.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 8. It says, we are confident, I say, and willing, rather to be absent from the body and to be present with the Lord. Wherefore, meaning, in other words, if we had a choice, really, we'd rather be with the Lord. Yeah, we'd rather be.
I don't want to be in Babylon. I say that.
Yeah, because these bodies are fucking wretched, man. They're evil, they're wretched. The heart is desperately wicked. We go over this over and over and over again. Because we know that there are brothers that are hurting mentally, man. Brothers are hurting mentally, man. Forget the physical pain. You know, when you tossing and turning late at night, you know, right? You got all types of things on your mind. You want to get out of this freaking vessel you're vexed with an ailment or pain. Right? Brothers get sick. Brothers are fucked up from work. They got a woman that's messing with them mentally. Right? Say that a woman come right up behind me.
Sniffing underneath us.
You gotta smell the cigarette smoke.
You gotta smell smoke all fucking anywhere you go. It's cigarettes and weed. Cigarettes and weed, man. It's so fucking vexing, man. It's like y'all have nothing better to do besides fucking smoke weed. What my Chris Tucker?
Get high, get drunk.
All bitches want to do is smoke weed, eat hot Cheetos.
Fighting.
Yeah. No, that's that, and that the mind of these people, man. They're demonic, they're evil. Anyway, all right. We prefer to be in the heavens, because then we be at peace, and we be away from all this fuckery, all this evil. But we gotta suffer it, right? We gotta suffer it because we have a job to do. So as long as we are alive and have the breath within us, we gotta come out and do the work. We gotta suffer the heat. It's freaking about to be November and it's 81 fucking degrees.
Yep.
Be honest.
Brothers wore sweatshirts. I just had to take my joint off because it's so damn hot. You know, sweating. Crazy right now, man. But anyway,
Yo.
it's all part of it's what you call occupational hazard. It's all part of doing the work. Coming down to the point, it says, wherefore we labor, that whether present or absent, we may be accepted of him. All right? So our goal, all right, as it reads in the NLT, is to please the Lord. So how do we please the Lord? We present our bodies a living sacrifice. We've been brought into this calling. And we have an obligation and a commitment to this work, to this ministry. Verse 10, and here's the point. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, that everyone may receive the things done in his body, according to that he hath done, whether it be good or bad. So there is certainly a reward coming. And if you did what the Lord expected you to do,
That's a good
then
one.
you're going to receive that new body, salvation. You're going to be delivered from the fire that's going to destroy this place. But if you were wicked, then you're going to be taken by those different judgments of the Heavenly Father, the thermonuclear destruction, the famine, right? A lot of people are going to die by famine. A lot of people are going to die by the hands of Edomites. A lot of people are going to die by the hand, not by the hand, but by the teeth of wild beasts. Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men, but we are made manifest unto the Most High, and I trust are also made manifest in your consciousness. So that was the point. All right, there's a reward coming, whether what you did in your body was accepted or rejected of the Lord. And it's going to be made known who is the Lord's elect in these times. You know, the different judgments is going to prove you, all right, to have been of the elect, or prove you to have been rejected of the Lord. You know, that's the reality, man.
Wisdom of Solomon 5 verse 15. But the righteous live forevermore. Their reward also is with the Lord, and the care of them is with the Most High.
Yeah, so again, another one of those hopefully elect precepts right there. Read it again.
Con. Wisdom of Solomon 5 verse 15.
Yep.
But the righteous live forevermore.
Yep.
Their reward also is with the Lord, and the care of them is with the Most High.
Right, man. So you know that the elect, they going into the kingdom. All right. The righteous, again, read it one more time.
Yeah, that reminds me of Psalms 91.
Yeah.
It says the care of them is with who? The power.
Most High, yeah.
So the Most High, Lord's will, if we be the elect, is preserving our lives.
Yep. Yep. Crazy.
Yeah. At all times. Yo, you need daily preservation from all that happens, because there is evil everywhere, demonic spirits, judgment going out, death is everywhere. Death is literally everywhere, man. People are being put down left and right. We're in the time of great judgment of Yahweh Shemi-Yahweh. What's that active shooter in Maine?
Yeah, you could be in anywhere, like say you in a damn bowling alley. Did he go in a bowling alley? He went in a bowling alley.
I don't know all the specifics.
Else.
I just know supposedly what, 30 dead and like 60 or more so-called wounded. I don't know if that number has changed, but the last time I saw it, that's what it was sitting at. 30 dead, 60 wounded.
Yep.
One person. That's an angel of vengeance.
Yeah.
Whether it was orchestrated by Esau as a psyop or not. Yep. That was a spirit of vengeance the Lord sent out there to wreak havoc. And that keeps happening, man. Yep. In multi facets. Yeah, in different forms.
Sleeper cell.
Very well could have been.
Ex-military.
Yeah, ex-military.
Probably went off. Probably pushed the button on him and like activated his slaughter mode.
Yeah. They showed you that in the Winter Soldier, Captain America: The Winter Soldier. They said particular terms and he became activated.
That's a witchcraft, though.
It's a witchcraft,
that's a seance.
right? Yeah.
That's that soothsaying. Yeah.
Yeah.
They hold that too.
Right. Yeah. You think? Why do you think these people? First of all, that's one aspect of Esau's witchcraft. But another form of it is all the influence that he puts on, or spells he puts on these people through the different media outlets. The reason why these people are acting the way they do is because they all got demons conjured up by the devil on them. They've been bewitched, they've been manipulated. That spell is on these people heavily.
Quick precept.
Yep.
Second Esdras 5 verse 1.
Yeah, these niggas out here acting like fucking this is real life GTA.
Yeah.
You know? Why? Because that's all these niggas do is smoke weed and fucking play. Yeah,
you know, Esau put the military, you go into it, they put chemicals in that weed they smoke.
Damn.
That's all they do. Listen to trash music, play GTA, and smoke.
NBA 2K.
Yeah, 2K, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, he looked that way too.
Yeah.
GTA, RRP,
With an ad on and some shit.
Yeah, man. So we really need the protection of the Most High, man. We need the protection of the Most High. Read that again.
Yeah.
Wisdom of
The
Solomon.
care of them is with the Most High.
Oh, yeah.
Wisdom of Solomon 5 verse 15.
Crazy. Who's that? Crazy.
It says,
Right.
Wisdom of Solomon 5 verse 15, but the righteous live forevermore. The reward is also with the Lord, and the care of them is with the Most High.
Yeah. Yeah, their reward is also with the Lord. You know, so hey, I'm looking for the Lord to pay me out, to bless me. All right. Look at it. This is Grand Theft Auto. Look at it.
Yeah.
This ain't Grand Theft Auto with motherfuckers that disobey traffic laws, run lights, choose what they want, stop at whoever they want to stop, fuck with whoever they want to fuck with. This is Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, man.
You know?
And did that drop yet?
Oh, the new one?
That's about to drop, ain't it?
It's already here.
Yeah, I mean, shit, we
this
living
is here,
it.
man.
These
I
niggas
can't
think they're
even
living
play
in
that
virtual
game.
reality.
It's so wicked. That game's so wicked.
Yeah.
It's so hard for me. I was like, damn, I gotta kill some more people. It used to be easier. Yeah, it's too much. I can't play that game. Yeah, man.
It's like, what would possess you to steal a car and then go around hitting people?
Yeah, just running them over. Pull out any type of assault rifle.
Yeah, it's
know?
part of the gameplay is to freaking get those wanted levels.
Yeah, high.
You know, to deliberately start shit with the
the
police.
army out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the
So
thing.
that's what's that promoting, you know? It's promoting that spirit of anarchy. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, and that's the thing too. Like, you know, the comparison, right? In GTA, like, you know, like in real life, like once the cops came, you kind of like in real life, you kind of stop fucking around. Nowadays, the cops come and you doubling down on that one level.
Yeah, man.
Like you had that woman who killed 2 cops or whatever like that, and then she got pregnant in jail or whatever, and the cops are like, yeah, we ain't prolonging this hearing just so you're pregnant. They're still trying to fucking push this bitch through jail or something like that, or go through the proceeding. But she killed basically 2 police officers.
Yeah.
Verse 16, Wisdom of Solomon 5 verse 16, therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom.
Yeah, they gonna receive, the righteous gonna receive a glorious kingdom. Go ahead.
And a beautiful crown.
And a beautiful crown. So again, talking about the elect. Everybody ain't getting that first crowning. Only the elect getting that. Remember, and the brother is in it, that crowning ceremony in the second Ezra. He over there right there. You know? Yeah. Which, yeah, read that real quick. Hold it. You know, because we talking about the elect right now. We dealing with testimony. We dealing with the prophets. We dealing with the first fruits. All right, that's what we talking about right now. So you can understand that. That's what we fighting for in these times. Right now, in these times that you in right now, you should be more in that elect mindset. That hand-picked, that selective mindset. Go ahead. Shalom. Yep, go ahead.
Second Ezra 2 and 26.
Yep.
As for the servants whom I have given,
Again, as for the servants,
whom I have given thee,
yep,
there shall none of them perish.
yep.
For I will require them from among thy number.
Yeah, they require, demanded of the Lord's number. All right, which the Lord got what? He got to elect. He got 144,000 prophets. He got a remnant. He got the 1/3. All right, go ahead.
Be not weary.
Yep.
For when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh,
Right.
others shall weep and be sorrowful.
Yep. But
For thou shalt be merry and have abundance.
yeah, so the elect they gonna be happy. They gonna have that Shema. They gonna be joyful, and they gonna have abundance, right? So they ain't got nothing to worry about. I don't got nothing to worry. I'm not worried about shit. All I'm worried about is when the prophecy gonna hit, so I can get in with prophecy where I'm supposed to be. And the Lord is the one positioning each and every one of us in the places where we gotta be. Things getting better and better for us, man. Even though it could be in the worst fucking place ever, things is getting better for us, right? And that's how you gotta look at it too. Your lowest state, things getting better for you. No matter how low it is, it's still getting better, and you still being risen. All right, go ahead.
It says, verse 28, the heathen shall envy thee,
Yep.
but they shall be able to do nothing against thee.
Yeah, what kind of hedge is that? You know, the Lord caring for you. You said the heathen, they gonna envy thee, and you know when people get envious of you, what they want to do? They want to take you out.
Right.
They want to take all your stuff, and they want you removed. But they gonna be able to do nothing. All right, because the Lord got that hedge. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, not only the heathen, but Jake too. You know, envious Jake is. You know,
because Jake, remember, Jake is heathen, fucking wicked. Jake is wicked. Like look at these damn Jake, man. I be looking at some of this Jake and just like I'm tired of them. I'm tired of looking at these damn wicked Jake in this dumb estate they in. Go ahead.
Says my hands.
Halloween and shit. Jake, like I don't care. Like, go ahead.
My hand shall cover thee.
Yep.
So
that's the hand of the Lord. It's Yahweh Shai. All right.
So that thy children shall not see hell.
Right. So we don't have to worry about our children as well. All right. If you got, if you have, you know, in this truth, and you faithful. All right. The Lord Yahweh Shai got a hedge over your children. You know, no matter what. Like, hey, I be watching the movies. Yo, the Lord be separating like the family and stuff. But what ended up happening in the end? They all somehow, some way get back together some way. But the Lord take care of them somehow, right? Well, you gotta trust the precept, you know, because you're gonna go through it. Because, yay, what if they come in your house and snatch you away, as it's already been always doing this shit, separating families and shit, try to get you to fold. No, you gotta stay, fight, contend. Remember, as we said, contend for the truth, right? We are contenders, all right? Go ahead.
But you gotta ask yourself, you know, what kind of time are we gonna be living in to actually experience and see something like this? You know?
Yeah.
This is verse 30. It says, "Be joyful,
Yep.
be joyful, O thou mother, with thy children, for I will deliver thee, saith the Most High."
Yeah. Okay. Now go. You got the crownings. The crowning.
No,
That's 2 Ezra 13.
13.
No, it's in the same chapter, right?
143.
Where he talk about the crowning, the same in Revelation as the 7th chapter, right?
Oh, it's right. Yeah, 43.
Yep, go ahead. Yep.
2 Ezra chapter 2 and verse 43.
Yeah.
And in the midst of them there was a young man of high stature.
Right. So wait, hold it and then reread where you was at, so we can make sure, you know, like we painting the picture so that, you know, those that's listening know what we're talking about. We dealing with the time when Yahweh Shai come back, get it these elect, all right, and they getting a reward. All right. Go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon 5 verse 16. Therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom.
Yep.
And a beautiful crown from the Lord's hand.
Right. Now there you go. Remember, the Lord's hand is Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
And in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest.
Yeah, that's Yahweh Shai. All right. The Yahweh Shai was given what? A more name. What's that? Philippians. What's that? 3. Brother, gonna get it real quick. All right, because Yahweh Shai is to be worshipped. Yahweh put him up. All right, so we got to worship Yahweh Shai, all right, as we worship Yahweh. All right.
Continue.
Hold up, Kwa. He getting that other precept.
Gotcha.
And then you're going to continue after that. So I think it might be like 3 and 4, I forget. Yep. He like, damn. Fucking weirdo. Fucking tired of me. Yeah, I'm a more excellent man.
I got something. Where did we worship? Revelation 5.
You can bring it, chase it back.
This is Philippians chapter 3 verse 6.
Yep.
Concerning zeal, persecuting the church, touching the righteousness which is in the law, blameless. But what things were gained to me, those I counted loss for Hamashiach Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, and that's Paul there talking. You know, it's Paul telling you, like, look, man, all that, man, matter, man. You know, I can't have lost the gain Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, and that's what, you know, us out there, we got to remember. Like, all that we was into and doing ain't worth nothing. You know what I mean? Especially if we die. Remember, we going to mortal. Going to, what was that? Mortal said, doom, what it said? Immortal, when we was looking into Etamine, it was like doom, definitely, like, what brother got
destroyed.
Like, definitely gonna perish. Go ahead.
It says, yea, but verse 7, but what things were gained to me, those I counted loss for Hamashiach Yahweh Shai.
Yep.
Yea, doubtless, and I count all things but loss.
Yeah.
For the excellency of the knowledge of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach.
Yeah, so look, the knowledge which is more precious, you know, than any rubies, anything. Hey, it's nothing in compared to that, you know, and you're gonna more see that in these times where you see these people don't got the knowledge. They don't. We got it. And you're gonna see how executing the knowledge, hey, it puts you in that greater echelon, you know, where you know you comforted, you know. I'm comforted. I'm hugging my book. Like I'm hugging my book right now. You gotta hug Sophia. Go ahead.
It says, yea, doubtless, and I count all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Yahushua HaMashiach, my Lord,
Yep.
for whom I have suffered the loss of all things,
Yeah.
and do count them but shit.
Yeah, shite or dung or tiyat in the Hebrew. All right, which is nothing. That shit is insignificant. You know, the things of this world is insignificant. You know, it ain't worth nothing, man, compared to what you get in this truth, the reward that's coming. The Yahweh making Yahushua crown you. Are you serious? That's crazy. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Yep. It says, and do count them but dung, that I may win Hamashiach Yahushua.
That you will win, so you gotta understand to win, you gotta lose. Basically your life in the world, right? Because remember, those that lose their life, they gain their life. All right? In Hamashiach Yahushua. So, you know, hey, I'm a loser in a positive sense, right? Because some people, they call us a fucking loser and shit. Fuck you. You know what I mean? We winners in a losing sense for the world. But on the other world, what we getting? Everything. Winning, right? Yeah, like, yeah, go ahead.
Yep.
Got the honey. We got the honey.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
And be found in him, not having my own righteousness,
Uh-huh.
which is of the law.
Right?
Then you got these guys talking about the law, this, law, that. You're not going to be saved by the law. You're going to be saved through Yahushua, man.
Yep.
It says that the just shall live by faith.
That's it.
And
Yep.
they say they're going to live by the law.
No.
You know, obviously we got to keep the law to the best of our ability, but we're not going to be saved through the law. We're going to be saved through Yahushua, you know, through election.
Yeah.
It says we're going to rehearse the righteous acts.
Yep.
It says, which is of the law, but that which is through faith of Yahushua, the righteousness which is of God by faith.
Yeah, through. Yeah, read that again.
Yep, kind. This is our Philippians chapter 3, verse 9. And be found in him, not having my own righteousness, which is of the law, but that which is through the faith of Yahushua, the righteousness which is of God by faith.
Right, so there you go. They get a righteousness. The righteousness is through the faith. All right? In Yahushua. It's not of the law. You know, like, you know, you got these dudes out there. The law, the law, the law, the law. No. It's the, you got to be, obviously we rehearse the righteous acts and we establish the law, but we know that our righteousness is nothing but what? Filthy rags, as the scriptures say. All right? And it's the faith and the belief, as Abraham, his belief itself was counted as faith, you know? Right? And then I think I got another precept, but go ahead.
It says
like,
that I may know him in the power of his resurrection, in the fellowship of his sufferings, being made comfortable unto his death.
Yeah. Yep. That's what you get. It's truth. You know, you get comfort. You know, you get comfort in Yahushua. All right. Go ahead. And then where's that?
I'm just start right there.
Yeah. And then get I think it's like Hebrews the 4th chapter,
which is unalterable, in which it was impossible for the Most High to lie, that we might have a strong consolation, which is it goes into comfort, right? Who have fled for refuge to lay hold upon the hope set for us, right? That hope that we may have, you know, that mark of exemption when the Lord brings upon the judgment. But in verse 19 it says, which hope we have as an anchor for the soul, both sure and steadfast, and which entereth that into that within the veil.
That shit wicked, man. Just stop this bullshit, man. Shit quiet. Damn. Read the verse again. Man, these people just crazy. We gotta watch out because these people, they about to fight each other. They look like they about to fight. we got, you know, be circumspect, man. These days is evil. Yeah. Hey, at least a fireman right there.
That's who's beeping the horn.
Yeah, he's the fireman right there. Anything happen, the fucking fireman right there.
This be the reason why people lose it, man.
Yeah, man.
And then the heat's on.
Go ahead, read.
Yeah, I was pretty much going into you know what I mean, the hope that the Most High has for us.
You can have that. Yeah, that's another Crown's precept. Read that again where it said the anchor. Read it back from the top.
This is Hebrews chapter 6 and 18.
Yep.
It says, but that by two immutable things,
yep,
in which is unalterable,
yep,
in which it was impossible for the Most High to lie, we might have a strong consolation.
Yeah, a strong consolation. The brother went into the comfort, you know, the prize, right? Go ahead.
Who have fled for refuge to lay hold upon the hope set before us, which hope we have as an anchor of the soul.
Yeah, so this hope, this expectation is an anchor for the soul, you know? So, hey, it keep you obviously grounded, you know? It keep you steady, man, keep you right, you know? When you keep that hope within you. All right, go ahead.
Both sure and steadfast.
Both sure is certain and steadfast.
Right.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. And which entereth into that within the veil.
Yeah.
The veil goes into like a curtain, like a covering.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, go ahead.
So
That's it?
That's it. So this is what we have to rely upon. When all hell break loose, you got the word, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah, cause it's a lot we can go, but yeah, it's good. Yeah, go ahead.
This is Hebrews
Yeah, you
chapter
got it.
4 verse 1.
Yeah.
Let us. The fuck is that?
That's that nigga over there.
Let us therefore fear, lest a promise being left us of entering into his rest, any of you should seem to come short of it. For unto us was the gospel preached.
Right. Unto us was the gospel preached, the Israelites, starting with the elect. Go ahead.
It says right here, the word of hearing.
The word of hearing. All right? The word of hearing, man. The word of obedience, to listen. All right?
That's why the scriptures say that faith cometh by what?
Hearing.
Hearing.
And hearing the word of the Most High.
Yeah, and that goes back into which we didn't finish, the book of Jude.
Yeah.
When you hear the word, it stirs up your mind by way of remembrance.
Yep. As you once knew this.
And
Yeah,
remember, the
man.
spirit of the prophets is subject to
he
the
had
law.
that precept too.
Beautiful.
Yeah, he got it.
So it all works together, man.
So many precepts.
Yeah.
It's like crazy. Yep.
It says again, for unto us was the gospel preached, as well as unto them.
The Hebrews. The Hebrews. Okay, go ahead.
Yep. It's the 2/3 too. But the word preached did not profit them. Damn.
Yeah. You know, wicked Israelites don't be listening, right? You know? They don't want to listen. They want to continue to revolt. You know, so of course, because of that, hey, they got to die that death to the uncircumcised and come back in the kingdom through the elect seed. Go ahead.
It says, but the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith.
Yeah, not being mixed with faith, because everything got to be mingled with faith and stuff. You got to have belief in the truth and the word that you hear. If it ain't, you're not fully persuaded. No. Right? Go ahead.
Yep, not being mixed with faith. And then right here in parentheses it says, because they were not united by faith.
Damn. Yeah, they're not united. They're not in togetherness with faith. They're not in union with faith.
Right.
You know?
Now the word faith, when you go into it, means to have confidence or trust in. Right? The word confidence and trust goes back to dependability. Our people are not willing to depend on the things that they cannot see with the physical and naked eye. And that's what makes us so powerful. Because we, having not seen with the physical eye, still believe. Because we know that faith, okay, and hope is the evidence of things not seen. You know, you get into a debate with an Israelite about, you know, well, how are you going to be saved? You talk about this destruction and this fire is going to come and people are going to die and this and that. But how are you going to make it out of there? Through faith. Through the stability of the word, Isaiah 33:6. That's that hope, right? That's that hope, because we know that the Lord said that he is a rewarder of them, right, who believeth in him and do what he's commanded us to do. You know, even though, like the brother said, we are not worthy of the Lord's mercy, but the Lord has bestowed his mercy on the elect, okay, for their faith, for their belief, and for their work towards his name, towards the ministry. You know, and that encompasses a lot, because we are the government body. We're responsible for exemplifying the different attributes of our Lord and characteristics of the men that came before us, whether it's in charity, it's in this labor, okay? You know, brothers have active jobs, but they use that job to support themselves, their family, and the brotherhood. It's not, it transcends just whatever individual needs we have. It's like you be thinking about the camp. What does the camp need? What does the body need? How can I be in a better position to help the body flow more fluid? And we think about that because the scriptures talk about, in order to be abound in this thing, you need to have all these attributes. You need to have discipline. You have to have restraint. You need to have virtue. You need to have all these things. They all work together. But all of that is really dependent on whether or not you have that gift of faith. Without that, it's impossible to please the Lord, is written. You need to have that key core ingredient, that essential key core ingredient, which is faith. And that's not been imparted unto all men. To really believe, to really trust, to have confidence and dependency on our power. And that takes strength of another kind. Most people are not willing to do that. They have to touch it. They have to feel it, right? They have to smell. They have to use the senses of the corruptible body in order to perceive whether or not it's something that is beneficial to them or not. All the while, failing to realize that the senses or the sensual nature of the senses can be manipulated.
Yeah, that could be deceptive.
That right. So what transcends, or what's superior to just sensualism? What's superior to just the senses? The spirit. But not all men have received the spirit. Only that's been administered to the elect, to the hopeful elect. Beginning with the calling. Not all men have received the calling. And then some received the calling, but now, because we're coming down to the wire, they've been weaned out. Or they're being weaned out. And we always in a sifting period. You know? But go on, Salaki, I said a lot.
Quick precept.
Con.
Ephesians 2 verse 8.
Beautiful. Yeah.
For grace are ye saved through faith, and that is not of yourselves.
And it's not of ourselves. We don't deserve to take credit for nothing. I'm only here because the Lord wants me here. I'm only doing the work because the Lord wants me to do the work. I'm only calling on his name because the Lord wants me to call on his name. I'm only prophesying because the Lord wants me to prophesy. So the credit is all onto Yakalba Page. That's why we start with all of our lessons with giving honor, glory, and praise unto our power, Yakalba Page, and we end the lesson giving all credit, praise, glory, and honor unto Yakalba Page. Go on.
Ephesians 2 verse 8. For by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves. It is the gift of the Heavenly Father.
It is the gift. It is the gift of the Heavenly Father. And not all men have received this precious gift. That's why when you talk to an Israelite and you try to expound what's in the scriptures, they reject it. Even though it's written right there. Even though there's plethora of examples as supporting evidence to what the scriptures are saying. Even though we're living out these different prophecies and judgments of the Heavenly Father, yet they still reject it. Because it wasn't meant for them. Go on.
I got, I think, did y'all read Jude 1 and 7 so far?
Nah, we probably ain't get that far.
Y'all ain't got none.
Well, I don't want to take away from what the brother's reading right now, but I do want to come back to that. We do have to finish Jude, and we do have to finish Jeremiah 31. But go ahead, I'm on.
Yeah, I got a precept to what I just read.
Con.
Quick. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 1. It says, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, like they said before in Hebrews. It says, but the word priest did not profit them. It says again,
in 2nd Esdras, chapter 15 and 1, behold, speak thou the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, save Yahweh, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the incredulity, fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. And that's ultimately, specifically the 2/3. Because they're the main ones that got a problem with what we're doing.
Yeah, they discredit our belief in teachings, or attempt to, Salaki, by saying, oh, well, that was written by the white man, or that was written by man, or it was adultery. They have all these reasons for why they can't submit unto Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. So therefore, the Lord is going to make them submit through judgment, through terrible judgment. That's how it's going to have to be. Meanwhile, the things that they believe were written in the book by the white man. All right? Or by another heathen nation. But yet, our book is the problem. Right? And that's Jake's mindset. And you can't argue with a fool. A lot of our people are nothing but a bunch of damn fools, man. You drive yourself crazy trying to argue with a fucking fool, man. Excuse my French, but that's how it is. That's why it's not scripture to tell you, man. Basically, answer not a fool according to his folly. Don't even bother with these people. And after the 2nd and 3rd admonition, reject. That's it. We're not dealing with that. You know, we're too far along in prophecy to be debating certain things, man.
World War III.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't understand a missile heading for your ass. At least you repent, you're done. You know? You cutting you off, man.
And Jake don't realize what they seeing over there is coming right over here.
Right. Well, they said that Hamas has lost complete connection with the outside world, no internet, right? Nothing. And they're being bombed into oblivion. Now, whether or not those reports are true, we'll see. Because there's a lot of rumor of war. That's the spirit of prophecy. Rumor of war. The end is not by and by, but we know that there's a lot of things that can come of this. We know World War III won't officially happen until that. So that sea-hip got to be right around the corner, literally.
Yeah,
Literally. They got to be saying to do something fucking crazy right now. I'm talking about the elites got to be orchestrating and planning something big. Right? And it's been a minute since they did something big.
Yeah, if I can say something.
Yeah.
Those Israelis or the small hats, they compared what happened, what they did, they allowed it to happen. Right. They compared it to 10 9/11s.
Damn.
And like what you just said, imagine over here. What's going to happen over here?
Yep.
It's going to be even worse.
Yep.
And it's really going to befall Jake.
Right.
That's what it's all about.
Right. They hyping up the idea that basically a lot of possible T attacks are going to happen here.
Yep.
Right? And they're all setting up to both fulfill their NWO while at the same time trying to, like you just read, the incredulity, they're trying to set up the Israelites. Right? And put them all under the same banner as a T-ist and make us try to blame the ministry and try to make us responsible for what's happened.
Even the angels, they got a whole campaign trying to, like a smear campaign against the angels. The chariots.
Right, and that's true too. Think about if they going, first of all, if they against the Lord, because we know they're out and out of space monitoring the heavens, and they're telling people, listen, what you see out here, you can't talk to nobody, you can't say nothing about it, never repeat it ever again. And collectively, there's a war that's going to happen in heaven. That's what this thing is about. This man really thinks that he is going to be able to stay in power, fight the angels, destroy the elect.
Exactly.
You know, the pride of his heart has deceived him. You know, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. See, the Lord, he told you what you're thinking in one sentence while calling you out for what you really are in the next sentence. The pride of thine heart has deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. The Most High reminding you, you're nothing but a fucking base man and viler than the earth. The Lord gave you the power that you got. Through your spiritual counterpart, Satan, your father, your daddy. You got it, that power from Satan, who gets his power from the Most High, who also gets his orders from the Most High. So you are being led to your utter end. So you can smear the angels, you can smear the Israelites, You can smear certain brothers, you can put us in jail, you can fucking put us in prison, you can give us fines, you can say whatever you're gonna say, whatever you're gonna do, and it ain't gonna matter. At the end of the day, the Lord's elect is still gonna be sealed, it's still gonna be delivered, and America's still gonna be destroyed by way of thermonuclear missiles in World War III. I do not possess nuclear missiles. You do. Okay? Your counterparts do. These different nations do. So, deal with that. Deal with that.
Quick precept to back that up.
Yeah, come on.
Numbers 24, verse 20. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter
That
end.
Amalek is the chief of you Edomites.
And he the
Right.
voice that come against us.
Esau's grandson.
The little hats, the 1948ers. Go ahead.
But his latter end shall be that he that he perish forever.
True.
Yup.
True.
That's your utter end. That's your utter end. All right. So everything is gearing up for the Edomites to come out of power. And along with the Edomites coming out of power, by extension, the other nations will also be dethroned and lose their power. Right? That's Revelation the 17th chapter, amongst other notable scriptures. But that's Revelation the 17th chapter. Right? The nations have drank of the wine, all right? And they are mad, right? Because they're under that state of delusion. They're under that influence of democracy, all right? Certain of them have accepted Christianity, but they really accepted that democracy. Where they haven't accepted democracy, they've allowed you to occupy their territory through their different militaries, right? But you're going to find out that all of that influence and, let's say, governance by which you have made deals with the Edomites and pushed those different narratives, pushed those different beliefs, you're going to find out that by extension of the Edomites' demise and destruction, you will also be destroyed.
Got another great precept.
Con.
He just read.
They're all great, brother.
This is Exodus 17 and 13. And Joshua discomforted, which Joshua means he's the deliverer, and we know that Yahweh Shai is going to deliver us. He's going to do the same thing, okay? Which Joshua or Yahweh Shai I'm referring to, our Lord, he's going to do the same thing. He's going to disquiet Amalek because they at the top, okay?
Yeah.
So it's going to be the same thing. It says, and Joshua discomforted Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword, and the Lord said unto Moses, write this for a memorial in a book, and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua, for I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. Oh man. And it says, God. And Moses built an altar and called the name of it Yahweh Nisa. And it says right here in the parentheses, it says, that is the Lord my banner. And it says, or because the hand of Amalek is against the throne of the Lord. And if you know that when Yahweh Shah comes back, he has to fight against Amalek. He has to. He has to go to war with Esau. And the top of the nations of the Edomites are what? Who? Amalek. Okay? And he's against the throne of the Lord. Everything that Esau has set up, or he has set up, is to try to get his blessing back. He has to try to contend with the Lord. That's why we're going into, he has a whole smear campaign against the angels, against us, yada, yada, yada. He's just trying to destroy us. Okay? But he's not going to do that. Ultimately, he's going into slavery. Okay? Under who? The Israelites. Under Yahweh Shah. Okay? By what? The edge of the sword. Through violence.
Can I read something?
Yep.
This is the Ron Patton interview with Marion Knox. And it's entitled The Master Plan of the Illuminated Rothschilds. And under one certain excerpt, it reads, bear with me, in one section of the interview, a question is asked, can you be more specific as to the role the Rothschilds play into all of this? Because we know the top rule and elite are responsible for all the different agendas you see happening around the world, because they got global agendas at play at work, right? For destabilization, really for total control and global governance, which their end goal is to get everybody see it. That's the end goal, right? So let me read an excerpt because it is supporting evidence and gives some perspective as to what is actually going to happen as a result of these wicked plans of the elite, of the Edomites, okay? It says, well, most people who are into conspiracy know the Rothschilds are the most powerful family in the world, but you really don't hear about the details relating to how they have set themselves up to be king of the Jews and to usher in the Antichrist, which is many anti-messiahs. It was the Rothschilds who financially backed the nation of Israel so they could eventually set up the throne for the Antichrist in Jerusalem. And yet during World War II, their money and resources were used to kill millions. Now it says here of Jews. But these were seen, meaning they were basically killing their own people. Edomite crime. Because we know the real Judites, okay?
You know, it's funny how they use that same argument against us with the, so-called the Hamites against Judah,
right?
Basically saying, like your people sold your people in slavery. Meanwhile, the whole Holocaust was really white-on-white crime, Right. If you want to go down there, because we know that number is extremely skewed, right?
Of course.
But it's funny they don't take that same approach.
They'll probably flag this video, maybe strike it down because we're bringing out information which they don't like. So anyway, it says. House of Jacob, okay, so it says, but these were seen as expendable from the house of Jacob. Remember, these guys have the audacity to use the Bible as a blueprint to take over the world. Now, what does that remind you of? It reminds you of the book of Eli, where that Edomite was in pursuit of the holy scriptures, not so that he could receive instruction, as we know these Edomites casted the words of the Heavenly Father behind them, but rather to control the masses of the people, as the elder apostle Gabar always goes into. In order for you to tell a lie, you have to know the truth. So they know the truth. So in an effort to offset prophecy, in an effort to try to destroy the Lord's true people, what is he doing? He's deceiving the people. He's putting lies in place of truth, right? He's using witchcraft and spells and enchantment and pharmaceutical drugs and GMO foods and chemtrails, all right? And all these other different devices, right? To come against the people so he can continue to portray these lies. So let's see. So that there it is. It says that it says, remember, these guys have the audacity to use the Bible as a blueprint to take over the world. Yep. So who are they really fighting against? Yep. And remember, it's written, and we said this earlier, in Psalms the 2nd chapter and Psalms the 83rd chapter, that they're literally against the Lord and His anointed.
Yep.
They take crafty counsel against the Lord and His anointed.
Yep.
So they're really coming against the Most High. So this fight is really against the Edomites and the Lord and the Israelites.
Yep.
But he's going to lose miserably, horribly. Go ahead.
If I can add too.
There's more to this, but I just kind of wanted to read that last excerpt, because in the interview they also accept the fact that they're not the Israelites, they're the Edomites. And they know that. They know that they're Edomites. They just falsely taken on an identity that does not belong to them, and they know that. The ruling, so-called ruling elite know that. And you're not the ruling elite. First of all, the word patriarch literally means royal or ruling class or ruling families. When you go into the ruling families, that's the patriarchs of the scriptures, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, not Esau. Mm-hmm. So they know we're the real elite. They know that we're the real bloodline that stems from our Lord.
Yep.
And that eats them up, because remember, Esau was rejected. So everything he's been doing is an attempt to try to retain the blessing and control the earth in wickedness. Go ahead, brother.
No, I was going to say, too, a good point to that excerpt is the main perpetrator of that dogma in fucking religious bullshit is the Ish people.
Right.
And they benefit from it, right?
Right.
They benefit from plantation Christianity and everybody believing in that. I think you could probably quote it better, but wasn't there it was a movie and an ish person was like, oh yeah, and then we said a virgin gave birth, and that basically saying that like they're the ones that orchestrated that virgin being a untouched.
He basically mentions it was a mistranslation for the Hebrew word virgin.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the movie.
And they knew that, but they perpetrated or that pushed out that dogma and that bullshit.
Right.
But it's best to betwixt the people. So you have Christianity as one of the main religions versus like Islam and these other religions, and it's all it's all by design that those are the two main quote unquote belief systems that are bewitched the people. They don't want this belief system getting out because this is the truth. That's why they try to suppress it so much. But that's why they invest in things like in Christianity being spread forth.
Can I add something to what you just said?
Sure.
In Ezekiel 35:2 it says
yeah, well, we know that because
right. So
hold on, I want to say something. Since you mentioned that, when you go into the book of Revelation and it talks about the frogs with the 3 unclean spirits, one of them is the religious side. So that's the Roman Catholic Church. So remember, that's how that's their main form of religion. Because all these different religions really stem back to the Roman Catholic Church. Even fucking Islam has incorporated beliefs of the Roman Catholics, such as the virgin birth. They have that in the Quran, all right? And I'm not saying it like you Negroes like to say it. Because all of a sudden you get philosophical and deep when it comes to these different Arabic words, which are really Hebrew words anyway. But I'm not going to waste my time.
Did you have a point?
But that's I wanted to mention that, because one of the 3 unclean beasts is the religion, which is the Roman Catholic Church.
There you go.
Yeah, I had to.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
It's Revelation 16 verse 13. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon and out of the mouth of the beast.
Right. So you have the military. That's 1 unclean spirit. The financial.
Out of DC.
Exactly. Out of DC, Washington DC. The financial. Yep. Britain. Yep. And then the religious, which is the Roman Catholic Church.
It says out of the mouth of the false prophet.
There you go. And we know that's the Roman Catholic Church. Remember, every time a major event happens, what do? They seek to the Pope. He comes out, he gives a speech. He's the one that's condoned these different behaviors. So they want to make that the world religion when it comes down to it. Right?
Yep.
When the C-19 was going on, what is he endorsing? Experimental. He's supposed to be a religious, spiritual leader, and the last thing he endorsed was the scriptures and natural healing and the remedies of the scriptures. He was talking about, it's safe and effective, and endorsing the freaking jab. He's endorsing alternative lifestyles when the scriptures specifically speak against it. So it is orchestrated. It is orchestrated. That's their religious mouthpiece, is the so-called Pope, whoever they decide to elect or bring in there as Pope.
And all the world wars are bankers' wars, and who are the bankers? The Amalek.
How do
they benefit from
Rothschilds, Rockefellers, DuPonts, the Gettys. Those are some of the so-called ruling elite families of the Edomites.
How did they benefit from World War I? The Balfour Declaration. How did they benefit from World War II? The creation of the Israeli state. And they thinking that after World War III happened, they're going to come out of the dens and caves and establish their rulership and dominion.
Well, think about it. After 1944, when the Cold War was supposedly ended, America solely became what was called a superpower. They were the sole superpower. Okay? What is something else that happened in the mid to early 1900s? You had something called the Bretton Woods Agreement, which I think happened in the 1940s as well, if I'm not mistaken. A brother could look that up, which made the American dollar the international currency, right? Meaning they gave their trust into that central bank, all right, to trade. Okay, so that gave America an advantage. Because remember, Esau uses America, all right, as a military and an economic powerhouse to influence the world, to influence global markets. America sits at the head of the global economies, right?
Is the Bretton Woods Accord?
Yeah.
In 1944?
1944.
Is a gathering of delegates from 44 nations.
Look up when the Cold War ended too, Baba Shah. It might have been the same year.
Is a gathering of delegates from 44 nations that met from July 1st to the 22nd in 1944 in Bretton Woods, New Hampshire, to agree upon a series of new rules. That's what you say, look up what?
When did the Cold War supposedly end? Well, don't put supposedly, but just look up when the Cold War ended.
Yeah, this is 1991.
Oh, Slovakia, yeah, 1991. That's right. I got the dates confused. Slovakia, 1991. That's right. That's the fall of the Soviet Union. Yeah, exactly. Now it tells you, maybe not necessarily there, but that allowed America to become a sole superpower of the world.
I had something to add while you're waiting.
Yeah, go ahead. If they don't have nothing to bring out, that's it. That's just some quick points to add to brother's arsenal when put in perspective the power structure that's at play right now.
Yep, the layers of it.
The layers of it, and then we know that the Edomites are at because the brother mentioned what are all the wars are bankers' wars. So we're just giving you little seeds to go look into things, and we're giving you the sense to apply it to the scriptures. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to reference in Ezekiel 35:2, it says, "Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy, against it." You mentioned earlier that they're going to blame the word. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because we're revealing what is going on right now. But when you go into the word prophecy, it says inspired utterance. So our utterance, what we are saying or saying before, is inspired by Yahweh Shai. But when the Pope and they come out and they say, hey, what they're saying, what they're teaching is wrong. Right. That's on the left hand side utterance.
So I know why I got it confused. Not that there's any reason to give false information. That's why we got brothers to fact check. It actually started in 1945. So it started in that time and then it ended in 91. So, but I was just looking at this information.
Is it a coincidence that the Balfour Declaration came out 3 years later in 1948 after all of the meet?
Yeah. Exactly. Yep. Exactly. There was something else I wanted to mention too, to tie it all in together. Oh, so who can tell me how long America has basically been, let's say, a power as a nation, right?
1776?
No.
How many years?
Oh, you were like hundreds, like 100 or something.
Right. 247.
Yeah.
247. Now, why am I mentioning that? So it says 246. Some sources I think I read 247. Okay, this in 21, it says 245. So they start at 1776, right? 246. Yeah, so it's 247 because in 21 it says 245. So 246, 247, we're in 2023. So it's 247. Now, why is that important? Because Revelation, the 12th chapter, tells you that the devil knoweth he has but a short time. So he's going to come down with great wrath. So we're starting to see more of that wrath. He studied all great empires that had a rise and a fall. Remember, we went into that last week, right? It has a rise and then it has a fall, where he basically figured out that each empire roughly rules about 250 years. Now, how convenient is it that America is in its 247th year? Now, I'm saying that's the carnal, physical aspect of it, because the Lord controls time. Mm-hmm. He can speed this thing up, or he can prolong it at his, at his whim. But he's speeding it up.
He said the triumph of the wicked is short.
The triumph of the wicked. Well, that's the point. Yep. He's only been in power for 247 years, and he's been at war for the majority of those years, constantly at war. So you can see through the pattern that his inevitable destruction is at hand. But this is why they're scurrying, because they know, they studied history. Remember, the heart of this man is deep. they went and they did the research and they figured that most great empires rule for approximately 250 years before they fall. So what is this man's heart? That his kingdom shall rule shall continue forever. So they're trying to basically grasp at straws and do what they can to try to keep themselves in power. That's why you're seeing this thing happen with Hamas. That's why you're seeing the implementation of this RFID technology. That's why you see these spirits active, because we're basically at the fall of this place, man. We're at the very end of this man's rulership. So just some food, basically food for thought. If that holds true, America is in its 247th year. An empire only lasts 250 years. But what are all the signs of a decaying empire? The debasing of its currency, the spreading thin of its military, the decadency, the moral decline of a nation. So doesn't America exemplify all those things? Just as Rome, right? Because this is the revival of the Roman Empire. Okay, and the brother read about the dragon in Revelation, right? So we know that that power structure has been revived. That was the point. That was the point.
I'm gonna finish off this precept in the Exodus. It's Exodus 17 and 16. It says, "For he said, because the Lord has sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation." That's why they haven't had peace. Right. Like, they haven't had peace yet, man, because the scriptures say continually are they gathered together for war.
America's inception was off of war.
Exactly. Yep.
3 notable wars, right?
Yep.
Spanish-American War, the French-American War, and the Revolutionary War.
Yep. And they never was able to establish peace in the land of Israel because it doesn't belong to them.
Yeah. Well, you had the great American Indian Wars. This land was taken through war, through bloodshed, through violence, through deceit, through deception, through the spread of disease warfare. In America, basically been at war ever since. As a matter of fact, there's a site about all the active conflicts that America is currently involved in, both hot and cold. And it's said that America occupies, well, it's got military bases all over the world. It's somewhere between 800 to 1,000 military bases.
Yep, and they like us like over 200 countries or something like that too, or something crazy.
I don't know the exact number, but I just know that they are got between 800 to 1,000 military bases, all right, abroad. And that's this man who cannot keep it at home, right?
Yep. And what's his last war? It's against Yahweh Shah.
Right.
That's going to be the last war with anything. With another entity is through Yahweh Shah, man. And that's going to be the end of his kingdom. It tells you that that nation shall no longer learn war anymore. And that's especially going for Esau. Because he's just a man of violence.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
But he's going to be subjugated under the Israelites. Okay? You know?
Yeah, that blood he shed, man.
God.
Yep.
Is there more on that?
No, that was it.
Yeah, so Jeremiah 51:13.
Jeremiah 51 verse 13. It says, O thou that dwelleth upon many waters.
Okay, so we know this is talking about Mystery Babylon the Great. Okay, he sitteth on many waters, meaning peoples. Okay, you can read about that in Revelation the 17th chapter.
Yeah, Revelation 17.
Abundant in thy treasures.
Yeah, people get mad about all this immigration, but this place was built off of immigration, right? This place was built off of immigration. This was the beacon of so-called hope to the world. And it built itself on mass immigration. This was the land of opportunity, the so-called great melting pot, right? This is where all your dreams were gonna come true financially. This is where you could become famous, you could become a star, you could become what you wanted, right? You could believe what you want.
Yep.
So we know this is talking about Mystery Babylon the Great, aka America. Go on.
Abundant in treasures.
Abundant in treasures, right? He holds the height of the hill, all right? He got all these different resources.
No. And his number one treasure is the Israelites.
Yeah, because we basically built this place up. Not basically, we did.
You have to punish and enslave.
And we're the ones that
Israelites.
continue this place. Yeah, man, this place would fucking fall without the Israelites.
Puerto.
Yeah.
How you say it?
I don't know if y'all seen it. The brother pointed it out, but a damn Transformers van walked by talking about to punish and enslave.
Yep.
So that's what it said on the van. To punish and enslave Transformers.
And one just walked past.
A Transformer?
Yup.
Oh shit.
Big as shit, y'all. Big and
Big one.
Oh.
big,
Yeah, that's a
strong.
big one.
AC Dukes.
These motherfuckers is crazy out here, man.
Disgusting. Go ahead.
It says, thine end is come.
Ooh, the end is come. Right? We're at the time of the end. Isn't that what brother's talking about? Yep. That's right. Because you had these great riches. You stored up, you stole, which we gonna get. I'm gonna get ahead of myself. Yeah, you got them through deceit, through witchcraft, through murder, through bloodshed. You know, these different military campaigns. You stole land, you occupy land that don't belong to you. You have great riches. You have all these riches at your disposal. Go ahead.
And the measure of thy covetousness.
And the measure of thy covetousness. We loosely quoted Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. All right? Which we really should get that. Whose enlargeth his desire as hell. This man's desire is like one big pit that can never be filled. One continual big pit. You can start at 5.
Habakkuk 2 verse 5. It says, yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine.
Transgressed by wine. His philosophies. His democracy. All right? His religion. His different beliefs. Go on.
He is a proud man.
He's a proud man. The proudest of them all. That's why he made the what they call the American bald eagle, his symbol. Symbol of his military, the symbol of his country. And that's the proudest bird of all birds. You know? As the elder apostles brought out last week. Oh, that was the elder Bishop Sakaran. He said Donald Trump looked like an bald eagle. He do. He looked like it. Yeah, he looked like a bald eagle. You know, and they were breaking down how he basically that's Nero all over again. Exactly. Go on.
Neither keepeth at home.
He don't keep at home. And brother just said, and see, this is what we know. But he has 800 to 1,000 military bases around the globe.
Yeah, when you see that TV commercial.
Oh, and you see that damn devil Netanyahu.
That's not a joke.
Yeah, at the water for the correction. He was being interviewed by was it Bill Maher or whoever the hell it was? I don't know who it was. Somebody was interviewing. It was Bill Maher, one of these talk show hosts. And yeah, I think it was Bill Maher. It said, so what's your secret? Because America can't seem to whatever the hell he said. But the point was, he said, what was your secret? And he said, we have America.
Damn.
Yeah, basically to fight their battles for them.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What happened to Hashem?
Shit. Yep. So they need to keep it at home. Yeah, they are proud. Go on.
Who enlargeth.
That's Amalek. We have America.
Yeah.
Micah 2 and 2.
And America has built a union called NATO, which is part of the beast system. So when America goes to war,
Everybody.
there you go. The big bully. Go on.
Who enlargeth his desire as hell.
Right. Setting up puppet governments so that they can influence the people. They can extort resources. Right? People are commodities too. This is why, you know, these different lands, you got these big major corporations in these different poorer nations who work in tandem with the American government, who work in tandem with these puppet governments, or they are using exploitation and blackmail to extort them out of their resources. But they got their regular citizens over there digging fucking cobalt and all these other precious minerals with their bare hands, selling it back to these corporations who sell it to Americans in the form of a fucking iPhone or your lithium battery or whatever. Different resources that come from these poorer nations, which really should be rich.
Yeah.
Those nations should be rich.
Right.
Neither keep it at home, and his desire is as hell. Okay? And that's what happens. Right?
And is as death.
Yes, it's as hell and death. Which basically, if you take a big pit, his desire is like one big, great freaking pit that can't be filled.
Yeah.
You know, one big like a fucking sinkhole that you don't know the bottom of it.
Keep dumping dirt into it and it doesn't actually get filled up.
Don't fill up. Or it keeps getting larger and larger and larger. But also,
like
that's how this man comes. When he comes to bring fucking hell. It is as death.
Might get to
And you can't satisfy death. Right? It's what you call the cycle of life. Can't satisfy death. Death is a reoccurring thing. So is his covetousness. Go on.
It says, and cannot be satisfied.
And it cannot be satisfied. That's why his man got to be down. It says, it is written of this man that unless the time be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. That's this damn devil, man. Go ahead.
It says, but gathereth unto him all nations.
He gathereth unto himself all nations. Right?
And heapeth unto him all people.
Whether it's lying to the people, bewitching the people, and bringing them over in mass, right? Through immigration, through his philosophy, through his witchcraft, okay? Through actual slavery, right? Human trafficking, right? This man is the damn devil. You know, a lot of these people are brought over here, they've fucking been kidnapped and brought the fuck over here. All right? To be tortured, to be fucking used in experiments, to be used as sex slaves. All right? To be used as a sacrifice. Where do you think they get these fucking kids for them to have their fucking ritual every summer? Well, I don't know. Is it in the summertime that they have the Bohemian Grove in Sonoma County, California? I forget the time period, but that's irrelevant. The point is, where do you think they get these children for these sacrifices, man? This man is the devil, man. He's the fucking devil. All right, that's you Edomites. Go on.
Verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him?
Right, they're going to take up a parable against you. And you could read further into that in Isaiah, the 14th chapter. Right? Hell beneath thee is moved to meet thee at thy coming. Right? It even stirreth up the dead for thee and the kings of the earth. Go on.
And a taunting proverb against him.
They're going to take a taunting proverb against you. Right? Go on.
And say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his.
Woe unto him that increaseth that which is not his. Right? And that's why people are talking major shit about the Israelis. Because of all the evil that you've done. So all these narratives that you're putting out there, it's not fucking working. That's why y'all keep turning off them comment sections, man. They're turning them off. That's why this man, he about ready to just come down.
They have to.
Okay, he can't control the information that's coming out. Go on.
It says, how long, and to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
Thick clay, major debts.
Ibatya.
Ibatya, that's right. In the Hebrew, the word there is Ibatya. Okay, which means debt. What's the current debt of America?
That's crazy, dog.
Right. And guess what? A lot of these nations, they own your debt. But it's not, and they're able to, they were able to profit off of it, right? But guess what? They want more resources, right? They want more, okay? Because these other nations are dropping the dollar. They're moving into coming up with their own currency and relying on their own resources to trade amongst themselves, such as the BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. And you got a lot of nations who are basically going through the process of joining, right? They're sick of dealing with the debt of America. Okay? And basically the baggage of America. And the conditions in which they got to do business. Okay? It's not a good deal for these other nations.
Man, they 33.
Bro, so woe unto him who laden himself with thick clay. So again, just by measuring America's debt, you know that this place is bound to be destroyed. And again, these other nations, they own a lot of that
19
debt.
trillion.
That's what they don't tell you.
Yeah, I stopped counting.
Right?
It's just bad.
A lot of these different nations like China own a lot of land too in place of that debt because they're not paying it. So they're just buying land, right? Go on.
It says, verse 7, shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them.
Yeah, yeah. They're buying up your land, right? Eventually they're going to put rain that fire on you at the command of the Lord, all right? Because basically,
China.
Yep, America is basically just one. Well, that's why it's known as the
well-favored heart.
The well-favored heart. Because this is the place that was favored in the sight of the nations to make money, to trade, to do business.
Yeah.
But it's coming down to the point where these other nations, they're not making the money, or they're basically getting bad deals. Their regions are their countries are stable, their people are being perverted. You know, like Russia shut that shit down. Those same-sex marriages, right?
They don't allow GMO food over there.
They don't allow GMO food. A lot of those countries don't. A lot of those countries do not allow like high fructose corn syrup, right? Which is just basically, so they say high fructose corn syrup is natural, but the problem is when it's separated from fruit or corn syrup, however they label it, because you got sugar under different names: sucrose, glucose, corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup. You're constantly being inundated with these sugar compounds, right? They're not good for your health, obviously. But not to go too far off, but when you separate it from fruit, once it's in that certain concentrated state, it becomes harmful to the body. Okay? But anyways, I digress. So they don't allow a lot of different things in these different countries. A lot of different preservatives that are harmful to the body. But go on. But they're going. These other nations, they're going to destroy you. All right. The money has been made, right? But the Lord's going to put a spirit on these nations that even though they're still able to trade and make money off of America, it's not in their best interest anymore. And how do we know that? What's the sign of that? Because they don't want to trade with America no more. They don't want to have to use the American dollar. They don't want to use the petrodollar no more to trade different resources. They don't want to do that because it's not in their best interest. Because they themselves want to be a superpower, right? That's what it comes down to. They're sick of having to go through America for everything, right?
Verse 8, because thou hast spoiled many nations.
Thou hast spoiled many nations. Yeah, if a nation act up, what does America do? He throws tariffs on them, throws sanctions on them, right? There's a lot of things that America does politically to put shame on another country, to basically put them in subjection. But the other nations aren't tolerating that. That's why they have their own unions, militarily and economically. Okay, go on.
All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein.
And that speaks for itself. So there's a great payback coming upon the Edomites and really all the heathen nations, ultimately. What did I want from there? Yes. What, you have something?
Yeah,
go ahead. Read the precept and get Ecclesiastes 12 and 10. We're going to wrap this up.
This is Isaiah 30.
So from spoiling to being spoiled.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. It says Isaiah 33 and 1. It says, "Woe to thee that spoilest." Wow. Yep. "Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled."
Break it down, brother.
I mean, it's so clear. It's clear as day. It's talking about Esau, the so-called white man.
All the resources he stole, he killed for, he shed blood for, whether it was here in America or abroad. Woe unto thee that was, woe unto thee that spoilest, right? Because basically America was always entreated with favor. When you came over here, the Native Americans, they entreated you well. They took care of you. They taught you certain things, right? But you still wanted blood. You still wanted the land. You wanted their gold, right? You saw that they were decked with precious minerals. You were envious. You were moved with hatred.
All right.
Yeah, and the way he make himself feel better, he'll say, "Well, that wasn't me. It was my grandfather, my great grandfather." So that relinquishes me being punished for it.
Or they'll say let me word this right. He'll use the argument that all nations basically fought for certain resources and land. Why is America? But there are wars that are justified, and then there are wars that are not justified. And that Most High is the arbiter of that. Because wasn't not the Most High who gave us the order to take over the land of Canaan? And that was justified. The Lord said, slay them. But the wars of Esau is not justified by the Most High. So that's the big difference. You want to answer, there's your answer. You don't like it, that's too damn bad.
Yeah, even these other nations, they say like humanitarian crisis for what these small hats are doing to the Gazians, the people over there. They saying it's not justified.
Right.
You know, it's not right. It's like you said.
Right.
You know.
And then this man takes things too damn far.
Yep.
You know, instead of taking the women as spoil of war, he's fucking the men and being a fucking pedophile. Mm-hmm. And it's written, it's well documented in Columbus's journals that he was, when he came over here, okay, well, to the Americas, I'll say, he was popping young kids, okay, between the ages of 8 and 10. Okay, you weren't dealing with a young woman, you were dealing with children, man. So these Edomites are fucking the real pedophiles.
Say he take a boy for a harlot.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. Yeah, man, this man is perverse. Yep. So you're not justified. You are the spoiler. You know? These nations, they sell you their wares, their goods, and you're over there plotting to overthrow the government so you can get more and exploit them. And then not only are you exploiting them financially and economically, right? You got your economic hitmen that you send on different nations, but then you're over there spreading perverse behavior, perverse mentalities, perverse behaviors, man. That's the only way I can say it. Promoting homosexuality, promoting alternative lifestyles. I'd be careful how I word these things.
Yeah, degeneracy.
Degeneracy, the water, that's right. Go on, brother.
Yep. And his sins are so damn evident, he can't hide them no more.
Nope.
Like when you read the scriptures, like you just already know who it is.
Right, you visual the exactly. East Edomites, you know, with the hooked noses, you know, fucking rubbing his greasy paws together, you know, starting wars around, you know, at these different councils and meetings, talking about the things that they're gonna do to the people and to these different nations and to the Israelites. You know, you can see him greasing his fucking palms. You know, and they have illustrations for that, but you could already envision it. Like, man, this fucking devil.
I'm thinking about the character Gargamel. The long ass nose with that hat on, looking creepy. This is Gargamel right here.
That's that animation.
Yeah.
Gargamel.
Yeah.
You said sizzling.
Yeah, sizzling.
Yeah.
You always saying about Gargamel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Like you think of like
Yo, he ugly as hell.
Yeah.
You look like a creepy,
Yeah.
creepy banker.
Yeah.
This is Gargamel right there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Stalking his prey. That's Gargamel.
Like a creepy banker.
Fucking greasy, stinking, foul, blood drinking devils.
I wonder what Gargamel means in Hebrew.
Got to look
What
it up.
Gargamel mean, bro?
Got to look it up.
Gargamel?
Yeah.
See if it
as Ray. That's his cat.
Yeah, the cat. Helped by God.
Actually, I think a brother might have broke that down before.
Yep.
But anyway,
go.
Finish that off.
Yep. It says Isaiah 33:1. It says, "Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee."
Yeah, being manipulative and deceitful. You dealt treacherously.
Yep.
You know, you promised certain things and you didn't deliver. You just perverted them and extorted them, and then destroyed them, and then they're left. You leave ruins. Remember, this man is known as the wicked for a reason. He's the border of wickedness. Everywhere he goes, he leaves a path of destruction behind. John 10:10 perfectly describes the characteristic traits of you Edomites, beginning with you elite. The thief cometh not but to steal, to kill, and to destroy. And that's exactly what you do, man. So you got to be put down. And we're reading about it. Woe unto thee. Woe meaning destruction.
Yep.
Go on.
Yep. And it says, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil.
Yeah, this devil don't blink. He's not fair. He'll talk about being fair and unbalanced and unbiased, but he's the complete opposite because he's a fucking hypocrite. Yep. All right? Go ahead.
So
No, Slakia. Let him finish on that.
Yep. It says, when thou shalt cease to spoil.
Yep.
Yep. When he's so-called establishes New World Order, NWO, thou shalt be spoiled.
That's when all these nations are going to ultimately fire those missiles on him. Yep. Right. As it says, in his sufficiency, he shall be in straits, meaning in a position of difficulty.
Oh, yep.
Right? Also talks about those that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. So yeah, all these nations are going to come against you. Even your own allies are going to come against you. Because the Lord is going to put a spirit on you, on these nations to rain those missiles on you.
Yep. It says, and when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee.
That's self-explanatory. You're going to be dealt with the way that you dealt with them. You know, that's why these other nations, even though they're doing business behind closed doors, they're doing trade, right? They're still politically acting as though, like every time Trump is interviewed, he's asked how he would handle the current state of affairs internationally. He talked about what he'd do, and he, you know, when he was in the presidency, him and Putin had a mutual understanding, and him and Xi Jinping got along, and him and Kim Jong-il had to understand. But that's all BS. That's all political theory. See, these nations are really plotting against you. Deal treacherously with thee. So even if there was that illusion that things were in a state of peace or in a state of mutuality, that's all a guise for what's going really on behind the scenes. Because they're really at variance. See, the elites, there's a lot of infighting between the elites. And a lot of these different nations, they're a part of these different secret organizations. They've all been incorporated in there. And how do we know that? Well, some of the key indicators is because anytime these different global events happen, they all take part in it. Whether it was the scandemic or the sea hit, we know that all nations are going to be subject to that mark. And even the Russian, like all these different nations, they're all basically in a race to implement that NWO first. That's really what they're all doing. You don't see any of these nations talking about using real gold, real silver, and doing away with the central banks. And all these major countries have central banks. Now, why is it that all these nations have agreed to use fiat currencies? And why are they all implementing the sea hit? Russia is using that RFID technology. China is using it. India is using it. Sweden, of course. Why are all these major players using that technology? Right? Because they're all thinking in terms of that technology. So that's how you know they basically all really, to a certain degree, working in tandem with one another.
Yeah, just like they had an arms race, they got a chip race.
Right. Exactly. Yep.
They trying to make they people disservice.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
How you spell it?
Yeah. Like there's a lot of examples too, you know, that I'm thinking about. Like when there was, like you mentioned, the nuclear arms race, America was recruiting German physicists, right? I think under the Manhattan Project, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. They were, and these are supposed to be, but anyway, I don't want to go too off topic. But yeah, you have a lot of examples where to the public it seems like they're enemies, but they're trading secrets, they're working together, they've got these different technologies, or they're recruiting, because the Germans are known for their knowledge. They're known for their wisdom, Teeman, right? Yeah, yep. They're the wisest amongst Esau. But Most High is going to put them at variance. Right? Was that on that?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay.
Sirach 12 verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
That's you Edomites. Just as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So it's apparent that this man is the devil. through his actions, as it is written. Also, another good link to that is Jeremiah, I think it's 13:25. It says, can a leopard change his spots? Well, as a matter of fact, let's just get it. Jeremiah 13, I believe it's 13 and 25.
It's 13:23.
Okay, 13:23, go ahead.
Jeremiah 13, verse 23. Can an Ethiopian change his skin or a leopard his spot?
Right.
Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do
He's
evil.
accustomed to do evil. He's created to be the wicked. So the answer is no. That's what's in him. Okay, that's how he said. As a matter of fact, it's written that he isn't sound until he's done some wickedness or done some evil. All right? Yep. Go ahead. Finish that off.
It says,
And I want verse
11 and on Sirach.
Yeah.
Verse 11, Sirach 12, verse 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and be aware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It says, and now know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. So that's representative of his wickedness. All right, that's who he is. That's his characteristic traits. That's an identifier to Edomites. Okay, so he can't be trusted because he's been set up by the Most High to be the wicked. Okay, now go from there to Ecclesiastes 10, verse 8.
Ecclesiastes 10, verse
Sirach. Yeah.
Sirach 10, verse 8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people into another.
So we're in a period of transition where all the different resources and riches that you done stole and stored up will inevitably end up to where they rightfully belong under the Israelites. Isaiah the 60th chapter tells you that, all right? The forces of the Gentiles, all the gold, all the silver you're going to bestow upon the nation of Israel, all right? And we are going to rightly administer those resources, okay? But it's all going to be given unto us, all right? Because we are the next superpower. Really, Yahweh Shai is next in line to rule, all right? Because the kingdom is really the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. We are joint heirs. So by extension of that, we will also rule in the kingdom under Yahweh Shai, right? All right, so the kingdom to come is the kingdom of the nation of Israel. Real quick, get me, did you finish that?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So all these things that you've gotten by a form of deception or violence. So we exposed that. Get me 2nd Esdras, what is that? Is it 6 or is it 8? The end of the world. Give me the end of the world.
Esau 69. Esau is the end of the world.
Yep. Six. Yeah. Get that real quick. But we'll end it on that.
2nd Esdras 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Read.
Verse 10. The hand of the man is betwixt the hill and the hand. Other question Esdras asked, thou not? And I answered then and said, O Lord, that bearest rule, if I have found favor in thy sight, I beseech thee, shew thy servant the end of thy tokens whereof thou shewedst me part the last night. So he answered and said unto me, stand upon thy feet and hear a mighty sounding voice.
It's like go back to the
it says 2nd Esdras 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world.
Verse 7.
And verse 7, the water. The 2nd Esdras 6, verse 7. It says, then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, and when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the hill of Esau.
That's right. So that denoted that Jacob was eventually going to take Esau down. Hence, the book of Daniel. Somebody get the book of Daniel real quick, 7 and 19. Let's get these precepts out real quick. Actually start at 18.
Daniel 7, verse 18. It says, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom
We were talking about that earlier.
and possess the kingdom
Yep.
forever, even forever and ever.
There you go. And we know the saints of the Israelites, beginning with the elect, we're going to be his battle axe and weapons of warfare, in whom the Lord will use to break in pieces the nations. All right? But Yahweh Shai ultimately is going to lead the charge on that. Yahweh Shai and the holy angels with him. Okay? He's going to dethrone the Edomites and you other heathen nations, whether you're Moab, Chinese, Ammon, the Japanese, whether you the Ishmaelites, so-called Arabs today, whatever heathen nation you come from, you're going to be dethroned along with the Edomites. Go back to that. Second Ezra
6 verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world.
Esau is the end of an age, the end of a rulership. He's the end of the world. He's the end of this current wicked society. So when he's taken out of power, it's ultimately the end of all wickedness. It's not going to take root no more. You can read about that in Malachi 4. When this place is purged with that fire, Israel will forever rule according to the righteousness in which will be perfected in us at that time. Because we are going to be delivered from the fire. We're going to pass through it, and as brothers went into earlier, we're going to be changed in the twinkling of an eye and receive those new bodies and be given those new hearts. We're going to be perfect. The other nations are going to be subservient to us forevermore. Okay? Beginning with you Edomites.
And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, meaning Jacob is the next power in line to rule and govern under Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. So when this kingdom goes down, what follows is the kingdom of the Israelites. So how do you get everybody's going to rule out of that? How is everybody equal? Every kingdom, every nation had a period in time which they ruled, and the Lord took them out of power. But the difference is the kingdom has been
Forever.
the kingdom has been established and given unto the Israelites as promised. We would rule forever. We would be a world without end. We would be a kingdom without end.
Just ignore him. Yeah, he's been here. He's been here. Yeah, he's been here. Yeah. Told me we'd wrap up before we
But he's attracted to light. Remember, all the bugs are. That was it. That was it. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. So we are the next ones that are going to come into power through Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. When the Lord returns, when He sent forth, after that C-hip is made mandatory and World War III pops off, the Lord is in the midst. And as the Elder Apostle always brings out, things are going to move quick. From that point of the trip being instituted, things are going to move fast. So as Romans the 13th chapter tells you, salvation is nearer than when we believe. So just got to hold on tight and keep fighting the good fight. Keep getting as much of this understanding as we can and commit it to mind, and keep building ourselves up in the faith and pleasing Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, presenting ourselves as a living sacrifice to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. The Lord's will would be at the hopeful elect, and we'll be delivered out of here. All right? So with that, those are my final thoughts. Does another brother have anything? All right? We want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto
Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bashim Rakadash.
Double honors unto the apostles and elders of the great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four winds of the earth. Shalom. Bible all. Kwam Yashala. Shalom.